Hello everyone, welcome to the Lost Shipyard. I'm your host, but not your DM, Nitsify. I play Darla, the Ryuzuka. Yeah, you heard me right. I play Ryuzuka, the Darla,
Okay, you're good.
I play Ryuzuka, the Darla Bloodletter Rogue. I also play another thing, which is the Death Surgeon Cleric. As you can see, we are missing a orange boy that I normally have taped to the chair with hot glue, gorilla glue, and also duct tape. And normally I use a few staples to keep him down just in case, but wasn't needed because he's at a wedding today. That being said, we also have my DM and my main co-host, Acrid.
Aye.
Yeah. We also have in the peanut gallery today, Anya Cat, who plays Anya Cat, cause peanut gallery.
How descriptive.
Thank you. I'm the best there was. Thank you. All right, so getting into just a little fun refresher in case people forgot. Last session, you'll probably need to go watch it. I actually don't remember most of what happened last session because we dealt with Zelvik's problem. I put those people to work. Besides that, John Sean episode. So, yeah. I actually don't remember what he did. I know he fought a panda guy. And he became a badger.
He fought a panda guy, talked to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Talk to people he's calling friends.
Yep.
Which was 3 out of, like, the 70 people y'all have recruited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chose to ignore Noki, who is now talking quite frequently to Jinx, of all people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. I'm very confused. What happened to Solana? He used to say Solana with his friend, and then he didn't say Solana with his friend in that episode. Is she no longer a John Sean friend, or...
I don't know.
What happened?
What is canon? I don't know. I don't even know what's canon in my own damn world.
I don't know either at this point.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
That being said,
I have not a clue.
confusion. I love that everyone, including the DM, is confused on this situation.
That's not good. I should know what's happening in my own world.
Yeah. Either way, it's a Ryuzuka episode. Hell yeah. We get to fucking talk with the gods and maybe do some other stuff. Maybe. We'll see.
Dude, I love I get to talk to gods.
It's a Ryuzuka episode, guest starring Stella.
Yeah.
For like a very short time.
Yeah. She won't be around for long, but she'll be there for Nin and Sin at the very least.
Yin and Nin.
Yeah, sorry. The names are too damn similar. I
apologize. Don't worry, I make the mistake too. For everyone to know, yes, Yin and Nin are kind of my own redone of Jin and Sin.
Yeah.
Because I actually really liked those gods, and I was like, I'm gonna remake them.
Yep.
Because they're good.
This is what happens when you've got two DMs who talk to each other a lot and DM for each other a lot.
Yep.
They literally steal shit from each other.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
Leaving the players sitting there going, wait, I thought that was... But that was... Isn't that...
Yep.
Whose world am I in?
That checks.
At least the images are different? I don't know.
Yeah, the images are different at the very least. Okay, either way.
And for those wondering, this is in fact a conundrum that I myself have had sometimes.
Oh yeah. I believe it. Oh man, I'll be real, right? So, before I go and deal with Yin and Nin and get Stella, there is one thing I'll probably do, because that way I can pick her up later to go deal with some other stuff on the side.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab Nosuke in the morning. And I'm gonna go track down Black Eye.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
So you wander out of the tavern with Nosuke.
Yeah.
She's walking along with you, all happy.
Hell yeah.
It's the happy day. She's alive.
Woo. She's alive. She's
For
breathing.
her, that is peak.
Gotcha. She picked that one up from Ryu.
Except, unlike her father, she actually shows joy, and still has joy in her heart. And she's not dead inside.
Give it time.
He's gotten better since he's gotten a kid. Let's be real. He has gotten better. Let's give him time. Yeah, like what Anya said.
Oh no, I was saying give it time for Nosuke.
Oh yeah, she'll lose faith in the world quickly enough.
I mean, look who her role model is.
Well, so that's why he's also like having her hang out with Stella and Kyo, because it's the most like, all right, these are the good people, these are the jolly people. Pick up their damn morals, please.
and then you turn around and just see Kyo start beating the tar out of somebody with a frying pan.
Okay, maybe not as much on him.
Problem, he went specifically for John with that one.
Yep. Okay, but yeah, just find Black Eye. That's kind of the goal.
All right. Alright, you guys would walk over and you guys would kind of end up near Darius.
Yeah.
And you would realize that Black Eye was being Black Eye and people watching.
Of course.
As he's just chilling on top of the pavilion, probably cloaked in reality, but you and Nosuke can see him because reality magic.
Yeah, that checks. You would just kind of like look to Nosuke and then point up at Black Eye and just go, "You're going to learn from him. Let me just, Black Eye."
Oh.
Come on, coming down.
You just see him just look over and just phase through the roof.
There it is.
As he falls through the pavilion and just lands.
Oh, man.
I want to mention, he's the person to, like, sit with, like, where he, like, stands on his toes and he has his, like, feet touching underneath him.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically he just phased directly through the ground like that and then just landed in the exact same position.
Yeah.
And then just stood up. That's all he fucking did.
Fair. You just kind of looked at Darius and just kind of, or Darius. I looked at Black Eye and just kind of go, "Black Eye, this is Nosuke.
Greetings.
She, long story, she's essentially my daughter.
Black Eye's head slowly starts to tilt.
I made a deal with Yuvina. And of course,
I feel like Nosuke would be concerned by the essentially part of that
No,
statement.
she's heard this retelling enough. She's like, yeah.
Just, what do you mean, essentially?
Well, so actually, fun fact, Anya, because I know you weren't here for this. He doesn't have memory of that bit. Yavina blocked it out. So it's that thing, like, he knows he made the deal. And then things went black. So in other words, he doesn't remember the rest of him with Yavina to lead to this shit. Essentially. That's why he's like, yeah, essentially. In other words, I think so.
That's what my understanding is.
Yeah. He would just kind of look to Black Eye and just kind of go, fact is, she was born with reality magic similar to me. Since she is a god's child, I want to make sure she can control it. Because I'm sure she has the potential to become a lot more threatening than me in the long run of things.
Yes.
I die at a certain age. I don't know if she will. So, having her know how to control her magic so she doesn't create a black hole or tear reality in half would be good.
So you would just hear a quiet. This is before Black Eye gets to respond, but Black Eye's gonna respond to you.
Mhm.
You just hear Nosuke go, "But I don't want you to die."
No.
We all have to go sometime, but there's a
No.
long ways.
Just a quiet no.
Listen. If we get through the apocalypse and everything works out fine, then maybe we can talk with Jovina about working something out about that. But for now, it might be better if I stay mortal. I know.
Aww.
You just see Black Eye just look at that and go, well, you're right. You're very much right. I will. He like tilts his head, and his head, like his neck rotates a bit more than it should,
Yeah.
just because of Black Eye. And he goes, "Well then, Nosuke, I'll teach you to control your magic first, and we'll work our way up from there." Okay.
Appreciate it. Oh, Black Eye, if it helps any. From what I've seen with her magic that she tried to display, and I shut it down because I didn't know how good of control she has on it. She seems to have rather offensive magic compared to me, where I use more of utility.
Well, Nosuke. I'll let you test your magic, and I'll be able to stop it should it get out of control. So we'll be able to learn what you can and can't do. And then working from there, I'll adjust accordingly. And he would say that part to Ryu as a sort of like, I'm gonna make sure your daughter can control her shit.
Yeah. You can look at Black Eye and just go, I appreciate it. Oh, I guess I should ask, Fetchy, since I have you here. Black Eye, are you doing alright with everything? We're trying to do what we can to keep the corruption down to a minimum, but I know things are starting to ramp up.
I have held this long. What's a while longer?
Well, just continue holding on for a while you can, and if things start to get to a point where you don't think you can handle it, if Spike isn't ready and can't become a pillar by the time you need that help, I have access to the Between. That is an option, but that's going to cause some damage to the world permanently.
That's not an option I care to use.
Same here. That's more of a last resort, but if things start to get to that point, you let me know.
Understood.
Appreciate it. It's better at least have a world that is still around, rather than a world that is damaged. I'll take a damaged world, we can work around that, rather than a world that's just gone.
Indeed. That was my bargaining with the creating a smaller zone that I knew I could control than trying to protect everything.
I get it. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave you two to it. I'll come back later on to pick you on up, later on, Nosuke, later in the day. Because I want you to be able to come around and do some things, get to meet some people.
Ooh.
And when I get done with that, you can go right back to Black Eye. You can learn some more from him.
Okay.
And then we can have some fun after at the end of the day. How about that?
Yay!
Alright. Well, go learn. I'm gonna go talk with Darius for a little bit.
You just then hear Black go, so, what can you do? As he's looking at Nosuke. So he starts training immediately. So, let me see. Alright. Okay, how well does that go off? So, Ryu,
Oh no.
you make it all of 30 feet.
Oh boy.
So she's like, well, I know I can do a few, like, you see her, like, create some small reality tendrils that, like, probably could be whips if she needed, or, like, she could imbue her whips probably with this magic. That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just see Blackie going, like, okay, okay. Like, that's, like, he's, like, just nodding and just watching, because right now he just needs to learn what his student can do.
Yeah.
And then you just, he's like, anything else? She's like, well, I know if I get really mad, things go wrong. And he just says, what do you mean? Proceeds to be followed by a burst of magic that consumes about a 30-foot area.
Brother. Oh, God.
Let me actually pull it up, because it is a thing she has. As Ryu, in this moment, would suddenly understand Nosuke, as a child, has a legendary action.
Oh, boy.
As she uses her legendary action, Reality Surge. As you see every commoner within 50 feet of her collapse.
What?
That checks.
And you just see Black Eye and you see Black Eye stare at her like completely unaffected, still smiling. He goes, well, we're gonna get that under control. Like...
Pray for the better, pray for the better.
I'm
That's my
sorry, I
daughter.
said 30 feet. I meant 50.
There we are.
I feel like that should be reversed before they go forward.
Yeah,
Yep.
you see Black Eye look around and be like, alright. He kind of moves his hand, and you see, like, several of the, all the commoners, like, twist back to their feet in, like, very unnatural ways. As Black Eye goes, get up, and then snaps their brains awake. As Nosuke goes like, oh, I didn't hurt anybody. And you just see Black Eye look at her and goes, and you see that look of, no, you most certainly did.
No,
Sure.
you fucking killed them.
Not quite, but damn near. But yeah, that would be the end of that. So Ryu gets to see that, oh yeah, he'd realize that if he ever goes down and she's around, that move's probably coming out. And she probably won't be able to control whether or not it hurts allies.
Oh no.
Understood.
So that's one of those, like, okay, suddenly the child is very scary.
Yep. Oh, man.
By the way, this was a thing the entire time while y'all were out there.
Oh, yeah, I believe it. Oh, God. Alright. So I know I said I was gonna go get Stella, but if Darius is right there, I'm gonna get him now while I'm at it, because he's hard to find half of the time.
What do you mean? He's absolutely
Poor
fine.
man is running around like a dead man with his head in his right arm.
Oh, he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Nah, well, sort of, but more like a dreadnought type of situation, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. He's just gonna, I guess, just kind of like ping down Darius and just go to him and just go, hey, you got a minute?
I have several. What do you need?
First, did you take your damn day off?
Yes, I did. I had Selvig deal with everything.
Good. Alright, second thing, I threatened a man, but we don't talk about that. That was yesterday before I went on my break, so don't worry about it. That's completely
And you were
business for me.
yelling at me.
Well, to be fair, I did say I would go handle that one thing before I started my day off. But you
Alright.
know that God, what's her name? I'm sorry, my brain's blanking on her
Mecha.
name. Mecha. Chief Mecha now has a new student, and the other one is learning to become a bard. To raise morale. Because they chose to
Fascinating.
threaten the wrong people. So,
Geniuses, truly. Anyways.
Indeed. They decided to threaten the Bandit King. Not very wise, if you ask me.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm shocked they're alive.
I am too. He actually has good restraint. Now, that being said, I know he's going to be working on getting this group for you pretty soon, so eventually you'll have more help than what you currently have. Now, I know also, I mean, granted, you have Noki working with you today. By the way, say hi to her for me in case I don't actually run into her. Or the triplets, same thing for the triplets. Either way.
The triplets and Noki will be here.
Yes, we talked about this.
Right, sorry. A lot of things happening.
No, you're alright, you're alright. There's a lot of stuff going on.
You see that look of like, oh god.
There...
Like, you can definitely see that look of, alright, I'm fucking with time too much. I'm starting to forget what's actually real.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Here just go. Just in case you may have forgotten, essentially, they're staying back this time. They've been going in multiple times without any breaks, because the whispers weren't affecting them easily, but it's finally actually starting to get to them. So, they're taking a break for the time being. So, for the time being, they'll be helping you. They can still take a break that way, and in the process, you get a little bit of help that's needed. They might not be the brightest tools in the shed, but they do have heart, and they aren't dumb either. They're more just average, from what I can tell.
Understood.
I think you can work with that. There was something I was wanting to talk to you about, besides work-related stuff.
Oh?
Yes. You've heard about me talking back when I was, in prison and all that, about the things I used to talk about. My mom's tavern and all those things. With now having Nosuke, a kid that, going to be frank, they've come into the world in a rather unfortunate time. When I made that deal with Yuvina, I thought, she'd wait until I actually had a proper kid with another mortal. She did not.
Checks out for a lost god.
Yeah. I didn't expect that. And I do feel slightly bad on it because this kid's now come into a world where an apocalypse is essentially happening. Not the best times to be growing up. So I'm doing what I can to, while she still gets to help out, because I don't think I can keep her from going into the zone. So I might as well at least keep her by my side, so that way at least I can keep her a little more on the safe side. And she's actually capable. But, when all this is done, I want to have permission. I know you said that if I was able to handle this in the apocalypse, we can get wrapped up and everything, I'd essentially have my charges dropped and I'd be allowed to walk free.
Indeed, that was the original thing.
I would like to ask of one more thing.
Alright.
I think it's pretty fair for me to be able to ask of this, considering the amount of things we're having to handle.
Well, I didn't at first anticipate you handling everything you're handling, I'll be honest. So yes, you're more than entitled to something extra.
Appreciate it.
I'm a god, not a monster.
You just look and just go, it's nothing really crazy, it's more if I'm just wanting to set up a tavern.
Oh. Sure.
Yes. Similar to what my mother did. Again, you know how much disdain I had for my father. He was a bum. But my mom, she ran that tavern by the back of her hand, by herself, with the coworkers and employees she hired. And that's how we paid for essentially everything. I remember some of my best bits of my childhood being around that tavern. Working in the tavern, getting to help my mom out, that sort of thing. I want her to be able to have those similar memories. I want her to be able to know that in between all of this, after all this is done, for her to just be able to live an actual normal life. For her to just be able to sit down and just have a tavern job with me. She can help out whatever she wants, and I think I have an idea that I think could be really interesting, that could bring a lot of people together after all this apocalypse. Which is, as you know, I use reality magic.
Indeed.
With all the gods that I've been working with, I won't lie, my understanding of reality has, I feel, somewhat deepened. And I feel my understanding for gods have gone up a bit, meaning I don't hate them quite as much as I used to, I'll be honest.
You just see this look of, oh, thank Oh, yeah.
It's more of a just... I think a lot of that hatred came from Kal-El. Or not even from Kal-El. It was because of my father who worshipped Kal-El. And with everything that happened, I think I just wanted to put blame on Kal-El because of my father. But I think that's more of what it led to at the end of the day.
That does make sense.
Yeah. I don't want her to go down that route, obviously. But...
No, I don't need a vengeful seeking reality warping child. I'm good.
No.
Listen, I can handle a lot. That's not one of them.
Definitely not.
Child of Yavina.
Yeah. He would just look to him and just go, I want to do something special. And I had this idea. And I'll probably even ask Black Guy to figure out how I can exactly set it up. I have a main gist, but I think he'll be of great use when it comes to this. I think this will help in the long run after all this is done, to keep gods from possibly clashing after all this with the domains being up. If we have a tavern that can connect us to other worlds, essentially I want to set it up to where my door, using reality magic, to the tavern can appear in other worlds. Obviously, I can't make it to where the whole building appears in the world, but they'd be able to open the door and they'd be able to enter the tavern. They'd never be able to enter our world completely. They'd only be able to go into our tavern, and then once they leave, they'll be back in their world.
Huh.
But I think being able to create a form of connection between worlds, and a connection not just between worlds, but between gods. A place where even gods could sit down and dine with mortals. I think that could be something special.
I'll more than allow that.
Appreciate it. Also, I want to try and use reality magic to kind of expand it out a little bit to try and make a circus on the inside, but we won't. We'll figure that out later.
I can't. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the real Rio.
Well, you need entertainment. You need entertainment. You know.
Yes.
I mean, obviously there'll be the side area for the Durla bit, but you know, I don't want Nosuke being exposed to that side until she's old enough. And even then, that's by her choice. I don't want that being forced on her. Also, because if you're like a kid and you walk into a random door in the tavern, it'd be jaw-shocking to just see a bunch of people dancing on poles, I'm going to be honest. I can't hide it like I can with a normal Durla tavern, so.
Yeah. Yeah, alright, well.
Yes. Well,
I like this idea.
I appreciate it. It's definitely better than my other plan that I had for the apocalypse before all this, which was just to get it dealt with and then die.
Yeah, there it is. I knew it.
Well, I'm being honest.
Yeah, I know. That's almost the worst part.
Yeah. You
Oh,
better retire after this.
I fucking might. I don't know yet. Yes.
I mean, there's always the option of you can just be a server or... I don't know. You could work for me.
That's an option.
Yeah. Get you off of dealing with prisoners that are slacking and lazy. And honestly, half of the time, not worth dealing with. I definitely
We'll see how it all turns out.
That's fair.
We'll see how it turns out.
If you ever die on me, I'm killing you. Understand that. I will bring you back.
I know. I more than expect that.
Good.
Alright, well.
Alright.
Get back to your gods or whatever. I have people to make sure they don't starve.
Will do. I'm gonna go get Stella because Stella will be helping me with Yin, I think.
Religion. You watch the time guy. Make a religion check. Yin. Oh, them.
Yep. I've got to go deal with them, and then after I get that dealt with, and I assign defense duties to Stella, I've got to go deal with the other new gods, which is the Destroyer and Oganzo motherfucking cheese.
You see him look you dead in the face. And he goes, "You're going to do what?"
Dude, you see, like, I'll mention, Ryu, like, he looks really good because of the whole, like, you know, he got to rest. So he actually has, like, no bags under his eyes. But you can swear, you could swear just for that split second when he said, "Oh, Gonzo cheese," 3 bags have formed under his eyes temporarily. You just go, one of a very capable man that is working with us follows him. You might meet him, Theory. Hell, you might even get along with him.
Oh, is that the
Swiss cheese kimono wearing samurai?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and then I can see it because of him going. I thought you were going because of Solana. I was just going to be very confused.
Yeah, no. I do want to also apologize to Gonzo Cheese about the whole Tina situation. It sounded like it didn't go too well.
She did not come back, best of my knowledge.
That's what I understand as well. But it's more of just hey, I'll try and make sure that doesn't happen again thing. Doesn't mean I can stop it, obviously, but I'll do what I can.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm wasting your time and you have places to be, and no, that was not an intended pun, but it is now. I fucking hate those. And then he walks away.
Stick to your reality magic. It's just a fucking... He walks so it just goes back to his work.
Alright. I'm gonna go find Stella, and I know where the fuck she is. She's with Darius.
Darius?
Darius. Yeah, you know, that guy, the Bandit King, Darius. No, Zelvic. Everybody's Darius, apparently, today. Black Eye's Darius, Zelvic is Darius.
God damn.
Everybody.
I think your brain's not working, Nits.
Listen, I haven't had a day off in over 2 weeks.
And you can't get one.
Nope. I gotta wait till a holiday. That probably won't be... I don't even know what holidays we get off at the school, actually, now that I think about it. My brain wants to go, like, maybe Thanksgiving, but I don't know if they... It's a public school. I used to work at a private school, so I actually don't know. I don't know.
You might get a half day.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I'll find out when the time comes. Oh, man. All right. Either way, let's get back into this. I'm focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Time to go talk to Zelvic Dawn.
Zelvic.
Alright, yeah, you go find Zelvic.
Alright, I find Zelvic. Did I find him?
Alright. Yeah, you found him.
Oh, okay, cool. Zelvic.
Hmm.
Do you know where Stella is?
He, like, looks over, and, like, you see him double... Like, it was, I think, if he looked up, you see him look over at, like, his project he's got in the back, and he just shouts Stella into the back area.
Not
What? Crash.
Ryu needs you.
Okay.
Oh, God.
She stumbles out, just scratching at her head. Ow.
You
What
good?
did you... Right. God, this Zelvic gets up and walks into the back area to see what the fuck she knocked over. Alright.
Alright.
But now you guys get to do your things.
Hi, Ryu. What's up? Oh, are you here for Yin and In?
That, and also, after we deal with that, I'll try and start assigning you proper defense duties so we can God damn it. That way, hopefully, we can get some stuff set up.
Fair enough. Do I need to take Gemma with me? Gemma!
It's up to you if you want to take her with you. I don't mind.
Gemma wanders out.
The dog looks out, and it's that thing of you see its head slowly peek around the corner, and that look of, huh? Oh, okay, I'm coming.
Hell yeah. Oh,
So.
man. He would just kind of look at her and just go, right, do I just yell their name out like I've done with all the other gods, or...
Nope.
Okay.
Have a seat.
He pulls out a
She
seat.
plops down. She plops down next to him, pokes him in the head.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you get sent. Is she coming with, or she's
Mhm.
gonna send him?
She's coming with.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
So, here's what happens. So, as you guys would appear in this deep, dark area, as what?
The music.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So here's what would happen. You guys would have, as you would open your eyes, you would be seeing this kind of almost star-like area that just is, but you can tell the stars aren't normal. And you slowly start piecing out those aren't stars, those are more like islands, areas, probably other places in the plane that you can get to.
Yeah.
So, as of right now, and you would be seeing the two goddesses,
Hell yeah.
Yin and Nin, as I grab their little image, as you would be seeing them kind of like swirling around you guys as they're looking over you guys.
Mhm.
As Yin is smiling widely, but her smile looks like both their smiles are a bit menacing, but Yin's a little bit nicer.
Fair,
The
fair.
only difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bella immediately. Hi, Yin. Hi, Nin.
Hello.
Ryu is going to pull up a chair, then pull up another chair for the dog, and then pull up another chair for himself. So one chair for each person. And
Cool.
I don't know how big are they?
Well, you're not exactly sure.
Okay. Well, just
But-
for the gesture, I'll just make a couch and just kind of put it in their direction.
All right, you see them look at this couch, and it's that thing of they don't look at it like they would like you turn your head to look at it. They like bend their torsos to look at it,
Yeah.
like like they inspect it, and then you would just see like their lower halves come slingshotting around
Yeah.
as they would both sit down, Yin being on the right and Nin being on the left.
That checks. That checks.
And they just sit there like slowly bobbing side to side.
Oh man. Ryu, we just
But they're-
kinda... Yeah.
Yeah, so they just sit there for a moment and wait.
Okay. Ryu would just kind of look to them and just kind of go, "Good to meet you. Name's Ryuzuka. I was
No.
coming here with the help of Stella, your follower. Heavily appreciated, by the way. And I wanted to know if, by possibility, you'd be willing to try and help with everything that seems to be going on in the mortal plane. I don't know if you've been paying much attention to it or anything, but things have gotten rather hectic with the apocalyptic, well, draining that's essentially happening. The corruption and all.
You would see them wait, like, somewhat nicely until you're done talking.
Yeah.
Like, it's that, like, they have that amount of decency to let you finish before they start talking.
Yeah.
Stella just has this disgruntled look at the apocalyptic scenario.
You would just you would see, and they would just go like, we have been watching, and we see it as an opportunity. So we have a deal.
A deal.
We will grant you strength. In return, we want their souls.
Do you want the souls of the aberrants? Of the defilers? Who are you wanting?
We want the aberrant souls.
Like
One of each, and all unique.
That can easily be done. We've been running into a lot of them, and to be quite frank, I wanted to ask of this anyways. Seeing what you've done for Gemma over there, if we were to send you these souls, is there a shot you can actually decorrupt them and bring them back?
We can't guarantee they will all work, but with the souls we can recreate them.
Understood. I'll make sure I
And-
get you them then.
And a little parting gift. As Yin and Nin would both reach out, as Yin would reach up her left hand, and
Yeah.
Nin would raise up her right, as a rune would form between their two hands,
Yeah.
and it would just form into a small circle and beam into Ryu.
Okay.
As Ryu, you would level up.
Shit. Hell yeah.
As Yin and Nin are saying, we will grant you strength.
Hell yeah.
As in, you get a level
now,
for every soul you give them.
Now, I know I said I was originally going to level up my cleric.
Yes.
I set up the chart thing, and I realized, so for those who don't know, we normally, whenever we do this level up mechanic thing, where we get the extra, like, stat buffs, things like that, we normally will write down things of, like, what we want to get for certain levels. At, like, every 4th level, we get, like, a special mechanic, things like that. Ryu, if he gets the next level of Rogue, the thing that was planned for that was the reality javelin. So to upgrade the arrow to a javelin or to a spear.
Yeah.
I can't remember which. But originally I was gonna go with cleric, but it literally hit me like right before we were about to start session. This might make more sense because Black Eye can actively train him right now.
Yeah, so he'd be going to level 7 with Rogue.
Yes. I think
Okay.
that's what I'll do. I'm sorry to shift that on you last thing, but it hit me like straight up like, oh shit, wait, no, this will make more sense.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I figured you'd be getting that, because you'd be getting that sooner rather than later. Because, yeah. Yin
Fair
and Nin are now going to give y'all a level up.
Hell yeah.
For every unique soul y'all give them.
Sick.
Now, they would look either... Now, we can't guarantee that the strength won't have an effect. But for now, it will be fine.
That is fine.
It is the aberrant plane after all.
Yeah.
They are
yeah.
forcibly updating your body.
Yeah. Here to look to them and just go, as far as I care, I'm fine with that. I've been already more than willing to put more than just my own health. That, honestly, at the wind. So, I'm fine if anything happens. That's the price you pay in order to deal with things. I should ask, because this might catch your attention. You may have realized there's those spider arms, the armed spiders, the ones created of just arms and corpses.
Yes.
I heard recently from a little bird that in Cold there is a titanic version of that, reaching around maybe 24 feet tall. Somewhere around there.
We want it.
If I get you its soul, would you be able to use that?
We would make sure to.
You can see a grin as devious as theirs form on Ryu. And here you just go, splendid.
We can't guarantee it'll work the first time, but it'll work eventually.
Stella just looks between
Good to know.
Nin and Ryu and just gets this expression of, "Yay, my new friend is just as twisted as my goddess is."
Oh man, you would just go, right. You know what? I think I might be willing to ask you. I want to, since I'm getting hold of the gods of this world, I talked recently to a friend of mine named Darius. He messes around with time. And he's approved of this thing because, I was in jail before all this. Because things happen. Life happens. Sometimes you have to kill a noble or two.
Or 4 or 5.
Yes, exactly. You get the idea. Here's the thing, right? I talked with him about getting a tavern set up afterwards. And I want to set it up to where it can connect onto other worlds, things like that, using reality magic. I want to make it to where not just mortals, but gods can go there and dine in peace. Essentially, it's a safe area. 2 gods that could not even get along at all can go in there and be fine. Essentially having runes, things like calming emotions, things like that. Basically things to constantly keep it from becoming hostile. And if worse came to worse, there would be me to handle the problem. And other gods and runes, and I think I have a good friend of mine named Katsu who knows just how to set up those runes, after what I saw with his last tavern. That being said, I want to give an invitation, as I'm going to try and do it for every god that's helped out in the apocalypse. Would you like to be able to be given access to dine?
We would love to.
Yay!
Understood. Whenever
They both get
you'll be
their
allowed.
smiles. Their smiles widen.
You just go, perfect. I'll try and make sure that there is a door that will appear in your dimension from time to time.
Labyrinth in reality. Yay.
But yeah, essentially he's going to try and make it so that, like, whenever those taverns get opened, the way it would work is that it's like, yeah, okay, well, the gods, they probably can't go there every day, but just randomly every now and then, the door will just appear in their domain, essentially. They can just go in and hang out for a bit.
Oh god, that's so great. So someone's like, alright, I'm gonna go through this random door. I'm like, alright, what gods are in here?
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's just supposed to be one of those things where it's like, yeah, like, you don't have to even be a part of Rhinon. Like, you can be a part of Inmine, and you can go in, and you're meeting people that are from Rhinon.
Oh god.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's great.
Or hell, maybe if we can even
no.
fucking make this work, we got people coming in from my world, from the Rum and Harbor, running into people from Rhinon and Inmine.
Oh, that'd be epic. Actually, yeah, that'd be sick.
That's what I'm saying. I really like the idea, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
People from my version of Rhinon.
Oh, yeah, no.
Alternate dimensions will apply.
It's his version of Rhinon. Oh no!
Dude, you know what's crazy? You could run into the alternate version of yourself.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna enter this tavern. I'm gonna get a drink. Oh my god, that's me. Suddenly, Ryuzuka is serving Ryuzuka a drink. Oh god.
He gets to see Ryuzuka, the bad version.
Dude. The bad, yeah, the one that, like, actively instead killed Rashi and killed everyone else.
Oh, like, what's up, fuckers? I'm still alive.
The BBEG villain version of Ryu. By the way, I want to let y'all know, that has been completely flatted out. Unless Nosuke fucking dies in this campaign, that chance of him becoming a BBEG has been cut.
Sadly, I'm sorry, everyone. I know we all wanted evil Ryu.
Dude, that is not something we need. All right. Either way, y'all get the point. Yeah, he would give them a nod, thank them, and then just look over to Stella and just go, "How do we leave?"
Like this.
Cool. He would. Hell yeah.
You
I guess,
shouldn't have snapped.
I should not have done that. That hurt.
ah.
Oh god.
I have
Ow.
a blister on my thumb from where I burned my thumb.
Ow.
And she decided to snap.
And I just,
yeah.
without thinking, snapped. And
Yeah.
it fucking hurt.
But it's worth it. It's worth it for the bit. For the bit.
Yeah, for the bit.
No.
Oh god! If it makes
No,
you
it
feel
wasn't
any better, because I've been working in a kitchen and I'm no longer just a dishwasher at this school. I'm actually like an assistant cook in the process. So I bounce between doing dishes, doing the trash, and cooking. I'm a fucking maniac because everybody else just does cooking or frontline or cashiering. I do 3 things. And I keep up, by the way. I'm still faster than some of the people in there, despite all the shit I do. I've managed to burn myself, and I have like I have a double line mark on my elbow area. I
I straight up had some of the skin turn black.
Oh yeah, that's what happened with mine.
It was burned that bad.
Yeah.
But see, I have something called burn gel,
Yeah.
which takes the burn and reduces how bad it should be.
Good.
It's still blistered.
Oh man. Okay, we should get back on track because we got a lot of things to knock out.
Yeah, no, we really
Yeah,
do need
sorry.
to get back on track.
No, you're good. I kind of started that tangent. Okay, so let me remove real quick. Okay, speak with Black Eye, speak with Darius. Those are gone. We've talked with Yin and Nim. He would look to Stella and just go, right, before I go and deal with quite literally everything else, I was going to talk with you about setting up defenses. So, right now, we don't have a lot of resources, so we probably can't do anything yet. But I'm going to be sending some people over to Athlonate to get resources, and I'm going to, in that meantime, while you won't be able to set up any defenses just yet, I want you to do me a favor.
Huh.
Within the time of till the next mission, before you get any resources, try to find me a druid or 2. We need druids. They're not going to be fighting, but we need druids so we can get farms growing a lot faster, because right now we're running low not just on crafting materials, but on food resources. And not just that, but if we don't have druids to help sustain and more quickly, in a very quicker fashion, grow things like trees, you won't be able to create defenses and traps and things like that without there being missing pieces. Essentially, to be able to make them more effective, you might need things like wood. Things that druids are needed to provide.
I can do that.
Appreciate it.
So,
Gemma, help me find druids.
the dog looks up, you like, eh,
Plant people.
it walks away. So here's a little thing Ryu would be able to notice as he's kind of just standing there feeling the wind.
Yeah.
This is just a little update on about the world, because I got to give you that.
Yeah.
This also would also put a little bit of a oh shit for Ryu. Spring has ended.
Okay, so we're in the summer.
Oh wait, hold on. Which way would it go? I'm forgetting the seasons. I'm actively.
Yeah, spring,
No,
then
Spring,
summer.
summer, fall, winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So spring ended. Summer has ended,
Okay.
and y'all are into fall,
Gotcha.
and winter is approaching. And you would remember that winter, unlike the other 2 seasons, the other 3 seasons, which last 3 months, winter lasts 4.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, and that's bad for our food resource stuff too.
yeah, that's why Darius is kind of like, he's not like people aren't starving yet. Like they have food.
Yeah.
He's panicking on food because he's like, shit, winter's coming.
Now, granted, there are things that we can grow during winter, but
Yes.
the options are way more limited. That's the problem, including in a jungle.
Yes.
There is one thing, no matter what, that we can always depend on, but it's the thing of obviously if you don't have too many choices, morale might start to sink a bit, which is why it's kind of more important. But worst scenario, there's one thing that'll grow anytime, anywhere, any place, and all you're gonna hear it say if it ever becomes sentient is, "Where's the soil?" Potatoes.
They also grow fairly quickly.
Yes. That's why we like potato. But obviously we can't just live off that, and people will actually start, morale could drop, so obviously we need more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all were, I want to let y'all were in the last month of spring when this event occurred.
Yeah.
When this event started. Y'all are into the second month of fall.
Understood. Yeah.
It has been over 5 months.
Yep. Oh, man. Right. Well, hopefully with Darius or Zelvik setting up the groups, and one of them being a fishing group, this should hopefully help as well with food and resources and stuff like that. So.
Stella has disappeared.
That's fair. All right. So
this was more of an internal realization for Ryu.
Oh yeah, 100%.
His time is passing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it's still that thing of you told Stella to do a thing. She's just gone.
Yep.
Yeah, she's looking for druids.
It's good. It's good. We like that.
She had the sense of mind to go to Zelvik. Tell him, I've been sent to go look for plant people. Bye!
Yeah.
Oh, God. Alright.
Oh, man. Alright, so, we're gonna go deal with the next one. Later on, I'll go pick Noseki up to go meet some of the gods. But I'm gonna get the new gods out, and I'm gonna get the gods dealt with that I don't want Noseki meeting. And then I'll go pick her up and then have her meet some of the other gods. So, let's go ahead and get the new ones out of the way. Let's try and contact the Destroyer.
Okay.
A.k.a. Mozen. So, he's going to try and, do his little thing.
Okay.
He pulls out a therapist couch, lays down, and tries to meditate.
Alright.
I love just like in the middle of public, you see a Durla in a red therapist couch trying to meditate to a god.
Yep. So I rolled a D100 for this for Ryu to see if he could get into for this one.
Yeah.
So as you would sit there and meditate, Ryu, you would you would almost feel like this kind of sense of weightlessness kind of drifts over you.
Okay.
It's not as violent as a lot of gods are. Some gods like Yavina, they literally snatch your mind and suddenly your body is fucking way over there.
Yeah.
But this one is just more from head to toe, you're gone.
Gotcha.
Just a slow, just melting down your body.
Yeah.
As you kind of open your eyes, and you would see that you're still on your couch, but you're floating in nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing. And the couch is almost kind of free floating, so it's slightly rotating as you move. So it's got this once you start moving it, it just kind of keeps slowly rotating until you put momentum into the other side to stop it.
Yeah.
To keep it from moving. But you're looking around and you're seeing just tiny little pinpricks of light, which he would start to piece together are stars.
Yeah.
Different solar systems that are doing their own things. Until he looks straight forward, he would be seeing that it is empty. There is nothing there.
Yeah.
Until he sees an eye open.
Okay.
A single eye that the slit of this eye is what was the eyelid effectively is what was blotting out everything. As the slit of the iris is about 30 feet wide and about 60 feet tall.
Hell yeah. Hello,
As
train.
Hi, train. As I will send Imozen's image. Now, you wouldn't get his full image.
Yeah.
You're basically just seeing one almost empty-looking eye, like, look at you.
Yeah.
As you're dealing with Imozen, the omnipotent Hydra.
Hell yeah. We're looking at a Hydra with 5 heads. Each eye is bigger than a black hole. So let that sink in. You don't see the body, you just see the heads.
Imozen is enormous.
Yeah.
He is
man.
incomprehensibly large.
And the reason why he only lets people see his eye is so he doesn't shatter the minds of mortals.
Yep.
By his size.
Yep. Also, just for a little bit of context, just for a little bit here, he has like blackish scales with like galactic like cracks, kind of going through the scales. Like they're like the cracks that are in his scales have this like galactic glow essentially coming out from it. Black, like the area of the eyes that are normally white or black is basically like swapped because the pupils are white instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
To help give him like a little bit more of a connection to like, oh hi. Yeah, I'm sentient, I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
I am fully aware of what I'm doing. I have a purpose.
Yep. Oh man. He would just look to it and just go, I'm guessing you're a Mosen.
And you are Ryozuka.
The one and only. Well, one and only is no longer a word that I don't think I can use, considering with the ways I've learned about reality, there might be more than one of me, so I might not be the one and only. And he would say that bit with air quotes. And he would just kind of go, I'm going to be quite frank. From what I know, some of your people has come to my world, so I'm sure you're well aware of everything that's going on. I was going to ask if you'd be willing to help. I've been working with as many gods as I can to try and keep this world as safe as possible, and hopefully, and eventually, be rid the world of Rashiasa Tagash. More importantly, getting rid of the Defiler.
Getting rid of the Defiler.
I know I can't do it
is
fully.
something.
Sorry.
Yes. Getting rid of him is like trying to remove existence itself. It won't work.
Understood.
Similar to that of death. Where there is good, there is evil. But I have already had to eat several versions of your world. As in those timelines you've already failed.
I'd like to change that.
As he was going, I can see into this. I have a measurement of foresight. Not as far as, say, those of the between who monitor every timeline. To even me, they are vast. And understanding them is complicated. But I exist to remove the worlds that have lost their purpose in the eyes of the Creator. Worlds that fall to the Defiler, and worlds that die off. It is my job to remove them and give those resources back to the Creator.
I understand.
I will give your version time. But should you fail, I will be forced to eat your world.
I accept that.
But for now, so long as there is still a chance, I will keep my maw busy elsewhere.
Understood. As long as we at least know that you're not going to destroy the world, as long as we can get some time for it, that by itself is already more than enough help.
I will give you time to succeed. As far as I can see it, no version of your world has won yet.
Well,
And
you can assume we'll be the first.
and watching in the current timeline, while you may not take this as comforting, I can see your chances are greater than you might think. They are greater than 0.
All I need is 1. It doesn't have to be high, but even a 1% can make the difference.
You would almost see that eye kind of bob up and down slowly, as if he's nodding.
Hell
And you can definitely tell, like, Imogen, it doesn't feel like he doesn't want to help.
yeah.
It's more of a, like, by my own existence, I can't.
It's a bylaw thing. He gets it.
I've done what I can, and in my instance, I will stay busy elsewhere. I'll buy you as much as I can.
Yeah.
So, for now, you know Imogen is not coming to eat your world. Which,
Fair enough.
for many worlds, they wouldn't get that warning.
Yep.
But
oh, man.
he would look at you and goes, but I'm not quite done.
Mm-hmm.
You did something of your own volition with no knowledge of future events. You helped my follower, Tommy, the girl who attempted foolishly to fight a defiler follower and had a hole put through her chest. You had it repaired.
Yes.
And to that, I do offer you my thanks. So for that, I will give you a choice. I can grant you and one other of your choice more power, strengthening your bodies and allowing you to face down more foes. Or I can grant you and one other of your choice a lifeline to guard against death. But know that if I use my lifeline, it will alter you permanently.
I understand.
Unlike other gods, I do not need your soul to change your body fundamentally.
I would appreciate the lifeline.
Understood.
I have something to continue living for. If you can put that other lifeline on my daughter, Nosuke, I would appreciate that.
Consider her soul guarded.
Thank you.
As, yeah.
Yeah. He would give him a bow and just go, well, I'm not going to hold your time up. And I have other things I have to handle as well. So, we're both busy people, from what I can tell. I thank you
Indeed.
for what you've done. And
He would
yeah.
give a nod.
Hell yeah. And he will leave the domain.
Alright. As you get another fucking full lifeline
Yep.
from fucking Imogen.
Yep. Oh,
As-
man. I know some people will be like, why not John Sean? That is my daughter.
You had reason.
Yeah. Also, like, John Sean has lifelines. He should be fine for now.
He has 3.
Yeah, he's fine.
And genuinely, I do personally feel the kind of saddish music is completely fair for Imogen.
Yeah.
His job is to kill worlds.
Yep.
He doesn't really get a choice in who he has to kill.
Not really, no. Oh,
And
man.
that is also why most people look at him like, oh, he's true neutral. It's like, yeah, no, he really is. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, what your alignment is, what you've done. If you're at the receiving end of my existence, I'm sorry.
Yep. Not budging from my chair, I'm going to meditate to the next god. Gunzo cheese.
Oh boy, we get some goofy music for his one.
Yep. I've been hovering
Alright.
over it.
Alright, God, it almost feels like you fall through something. It's way less smooth.
Gee, I wonder what.
As you land and the ground, like you're in your chair, right? You're still in your chair.
Yeah, I'm still in my chair.
Yeah. The ground does not feel solid.
Of course.
In fact, it feels quite liquidy.
Carousel, gotta love it.
Do you open your eye?
Yeah, I'll open my eyes.
You are seeing a domain of various cheeses.
I fucking knew it.
Of all types, of all genres.
God.
I need to get a more official drawing, this fucker. This is what I've got.
Okay. So, for now, we see, I kid you not, an elemental cheese wheel. That is a god. There is no face. It has like a half of a cheese wheel is like built into his back, and the rest is just elemental. So like, you know, just like the normal like slimy, unsolidified, wavy body. But it's instead of it being like water or fire, it's cheese. Oh god. You would just look to him and just go, I'm guessing you're all Gonzo?
I am.
Good to meet you. Name's Ryozuka.
Pleasure.
I've encountered a few of your followers, which is why I'm here.
Oh.
First of all, I want to go ahead and apologize for what happened with Tina. I think that takes, you know, what's the word? My brain's blanking, I do apologize.
Priority?
Priority, yes.
I will be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I saved her from a near certain death.
Understood. Well, I can't say I'll try and do everything or I can't say that, how do I put this? I can't say I can stop it from happening when they're not with me. But I'll do everything I can in the future with any of your followers to try and keep them as safe as possible, as I normally try to do for honestly anyone heading out to the apocalypse. I'll be honest, we haven't had nowhere near enough gear. I've wanted to get people geared up so they have better shots at surviving. We haven't had much to give. So people are working with the bare minimum right now. So I do apologize for that.
He would just go, He would sit there and you would see him consider his options.
Yeah.
And he would go, well, I can't promise they'll like the weapons. But what if weapons are cheese?
You see a small little smirk form, and you just kind of go, I don't think they get many options right now. And
you see him pull out a cheddar sword.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fucking cheese punch, sharp cheddar. He's fucking...
You didn't look all gone and just go, I appreciate that. I was going to ask if you would be willing to help, but just by this answer alone, I think I already have my answer.
I am more than willing to give aid of a sort. Cheddar sword. But I will not be letting Tina return.
I understand.
She was almost... And the reason for that is simple. The skeleton she attempted to fight almost broke her core.
That I understand. I actually found out by listening to that information from my squad. That is a skeleton. That is a pillar that we were sure we had killed. Apparently, it's still alive.
Skeletons have a nasty knack for not dying.
Indeed. This time, however, when I run into it, I have a plan. Because I've started speccing into cleric. And because I've learned a bit on it, you could say radiancy might be coming into gear. So I'll make sure it doesn't come back. I'm going to be talking with the solar priest to see if I can get some form of holy water from him. Just for good measure.
If you could send me that skeleton soul, or what's left of it, I'd more than take it. Maybe I'll make a cheese skeleton.
I'll take you up on that offer.
Got it. Grand. Easy.
To just go, if I may ask, I do have one request. Then I appreciate you helping out with weapons.
I want to mention this. You see a line of cheese form, like it's a block of cheese that forms. And it's like sideways, like an eyebrow, and it goes up.
God, I love that.
As if he's raising an eyebrow. He has no eyes, but it's like the front of his face.
You just go, from what I know, out of any of the gods, I think you're one of the only ones that could actually do something about this. That's why I'm asking. Something in my throat. Fuck. Okay.
I feel that on a spiritual level.
You just
I know
go.
that feel.
So the thing is, right now we're running low on food types.
Aww.
Well, we're fine on natural food resources. Winter is coming up. If
You see.
they are delving down to only eating a few types of food, morale might fall.
Ah. Cheese.
I think you know where I'm going with this. Obviously, we can't live off of that, but
Oh, you can. You can live off of my cheese.
for morale's
It's-
sake.
It's eldritch cheese. Oh, it wouldn't be the same type of cheese. There's different types of cheese.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate
you can
that, but I
combine
mean
cheese
more.
with potatoes.
There are lactose intolerant people.
I'll fix them.
he kind of he gives like a look like, oh god, so no.
What? What? I'll
just
make it lactose free.
Okay, I appreciate that, but
He just goes, it's up to them to figure out which cheese is lactose free.
god, you just go. Either way, I think you can get the point. If it starts getting bad, you can offer cheese.
Uh-huh.
It would
I'll
be
have plenty of
appreciated.
cheese.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a good day, Algonzo. I'm going
You
to go deal
too.
with everybody else now.
Have fun.
Thank you. And you will leave.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So, my monitor turned black.
Oh. Ah. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So.
Oh.
Do I need to pause?
No, hold on. I realized what happened. My monitor got unplugged.
Ow. Huh.
Not sure how the fuck it managed to unplug itself, but what do I know?
Technical difficulties.
Sorry, everyone. Like, in the middle of that, as you were talking to Gonzo, as you were talking that sentence, my monitor just went, nope. And I was like, huh.
Oh god. Okay. Okay. So.
But yeah, the chaotic neutral, question mark, Algonzo cheese, is more than willing to give you all sorts of cheese to help boost morale.
And for anybody who just has common weapons, they now get cheese weapons.
I'm not okay. I'm just gonna let everyone know this. No, I'm not going through and I'm not updating everybody.
Yeah,
It's just for everyone knows. It's like this weird moment of like, all right, they get a minor cheese enhancement. Technically, it's a +1 now, unless they're with Ryu. Then they're normal. It's up to Ryu to figure that out.
yeah. Oh man. Okay.
It's
So-
like anyone that's on their own without Ryu around,
Yeah.
will get a minor cheese blessing.
Hell
Wait, that
yeah.
means Stella gets a minor cheese blessing.
Yeah, so Stella, your common dagger suddenly goes yellow. Like the
Cheese dagger.
the metal is yellow now,
Oh god. Okay.
and just Algonzo,
Uno momento, por favor.
I will fix them.
Oh man.
I hope you like Algonzo cheese.
Yeah, no, he's great. Oh god. Okay, so we're gonna
Very
hit up
cheesy.
another sad one here. We're gonna
Uh-huh.
hit up the mime.
Ah, all right. I'm so happy I got to send Algonzo cheese's image finally.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you would continue to meditate, you would then phase through, and you're back in the mimes domain.
Yeah.
I'm doing this to all of her
Dude.
weapons.
He would just look to the mime and just go, "Hello, I'm back."
Yes, you would see the mime walk over as he would give a nod to you as you, well, welcome back.
Appreciate it. I obviously, as you can tell, took in consideration what you said about the pillar. We got the bodies. And on top of that, I sent the soul randomly to just a random god out of choice. Just by pure shot. I figured the weaker one could use the help and boost in strength. as it might help them in the long run. Considering all the gods are working together, weak gods could use a boost if need be. So I sent it to the Solar King. And he's converted the Argonian pillar, from my understanding. Or at least that's the rumors that I've heard. I haven't seen it for myself.
Yes. It is true. So that's what laughter is.
Indeed. You should try it a bit more.
I forgot. I won't lie.
Well, you should change that. I forgot for a good while myself.
Well, you ended his suffering now. So good job.
I appreciate it.
And I do have another note for you.
Mm-hmm.
Consider it a mission again, if you will.
Understood.
But there is a crypt near the river joint a day outside of Called.
Crypt.
It's abandoned, but it is radiating magic that I don't immediately recognize. It's magic I've seen before, but not in this world.
I will look into it. If it's something that can be of use to us, then we will do what we can with it.
And there is another thing that I will toss to you. And it is not something I would give lightly. There is a goddess. She has remained hidden for a long time. I do not believe she has interacted with mortals nearly at all. But she is an old friend of mine. I have not spoken to her in several millions of millennia. I don't remember the last time I spoke to her. But if anyone out of the people I've seen in my time seeing worlds might be able to make her answer, I'd say you might be able to.
Understood. What's her name?
Her name is... and let me grab it. As he would tell you of a goddess, Atrix.
Vatrix?
Atrix.
Atrix. Okay, so we have Vatrix and we have Atrix.
I'm gonna change the name.
I'm sorry. I just realized.
I know, me too. Hold on. Please
Okay.
hold.
Okay. We
I
put on
know.
pause.
Por favor.
Yeah.
Hello, we're back. Sorry, I went and nuked my dinner while he got the name. You know,
Yeah,
that whole-
so-
yeah.
Yeah. This. So, fun factor: this is a goddess that has existed in my world, and I just never ever had to bring her up.
Oh, okay.
So, because the only one that could tell people about him was the mime, and no one would talk to the mime.
I'm sorry, your first iteration of the mime was fucking horrifying. I had one character that had to interact with him, and I never wanted to again because I was fucking scared shitless.
I mean, he is scary. That is fair.
Yeah.
He would go. Her name is Kyrena.
Guy
And she is my opposite. Similar to how, following the Creator's existence, came the Defiler. Following both of them, she and I appeared. I, the god of suffering, her, the goddess of hope.
Understood.
She has refused to speak to both me or mortals, and, well, she's never spoken to mortals.
Well, maybe we can change that.
I would be lying if I said what I have become wasn't a part of that. But that's for another time.
Perhaps one day you can actually talk about it.
Perhaps next time, if I get another laugh in.
Well, before I leave, and I'd love to hear, I want you to know that I'd like to know one day what caused your change. Because your contradictions are there. You gain from people gaining pain. But at the same time, it's obvious you want them to break free of it. The contradictions in it is rather perplexing.
Well, there's the laugh. Oh, I guess I'll tell you. I wasn't always like this. And he would just kind of move his hand and it would almost rotate as if it's a liquid. Just this abyssal corruption of just suffering.
Yeah.
Desaturated mess. It's
Yeah.
I wasn't always like this. When I was first created, I was created by the Creator to help people break free of their pain and their suffering. I gained power from people suffering, but that was so I could help them break free of it. Suffering is inevitable, but breaking free of it, you have to work for it. So, I began to try and help mortals. Worlds ago. Planet lifetimes ago. I don't even remember how long at this point. But I tried to help so many people. And at first, I tried convincing. I tried almost everything I could think of. And yet I watched people just give up. Fail to break free. So over the years, and over the millennias I've watched and I failed to help. Eventually, at some point, I don't remember when, I stopped helping. Because I realized that there's a lot of people that exist in worlds that aren't worth helping. Because they won't do anything about it.
I think. And maybe this is just time telling its difference in experience. But while you can't save everyone, I do believe everybody deserves to be saved. What you were doing, it was noble. And you were doing your best. But I think you went down the wrong mindset of it. Because it is impossible to save someone if they themselves are not willing to put in that effort. Maybe when all this is said and done, this is just a recommendation, but I'm a mortal, so what do I know? Maybe you should take a break. Maybe your friend has the right idea. Distance yourself from the people for a bit. Clear your mind. And when you, as a person, feel that you are ready to handle things, that you feel that you can clear your mind as to change what has obviously changed on you as a person, I think then you're ready yet again. Trying to save people is not just physically but mentally draining. Even for a god, even for a Thaumian, you have to learn your limit.
Oh. Look at a jester correcting a jester.
It takes a fool to know a fool.
Well, I'll consider that. But for now, I'm stuck helping you. So.
Well then, we
Let's-
should wrap it up quickly then, shouldn't we?
Perhaps.
Vacation is required.
And he would send you out. As he
Alright.
gave you his request. And you actually got to learn a decent amount about a god that very few people would willingly approach. For
Yeah.
obvious fucking reasons now. Man's chaotic evil. Like, he's fucking insane.
Yeah.
He walks up to a god and goes, "That's cute. I'm gonna kill you now." Prom, he's right. There isn't fuck all you can do.
Yep. Alright. Besides
Yeah, I
Karina-
got got some fucking lore out. I'm happy.
Yeah. Dude.
Sitting on that shit.
Oh man, dude, we're doing a lot of bouncing here between like modes, but I think it's nice to be able to go like, all right, goofy mode, all right, now serious mode, goofy mode, serious. Gotta keep the balance.
Yeah, you've had two like kind of goofy gods, which is like Yin and Nin, and Alganza Chiss.
Yep.
And then you had Imozen. And fucking the mime.
Oh yeah. And now we're about to go deal with another funny one.
Oh no.
Nerva.
Oh, no. No.
Nerva.
Wait, hold
Why are
on.
you saying no?
Wait, hold on. Is it bargain time?
I think it is bargain time. Let me check.
No.
But I think this bargain is supposed to be with the next bargain one is supposed to be with Kazella instead of Nerva.
Oh god.
Actually, you know what? Before we go to Nerva, let me go and deal with Kazella because I need to see whether or not I can sort this shit out. Because if it's just if it's not actually her provoking shit and it's just her monsters, I'll still make the deal. But I talked about it before in DMs where I was like, yeah, you know, if it's actually her going out of her way to provoke stuff, she doesn't get a bargain from me.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna go talk with Kazella, actually. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way.
Yeah, I just double checked. At 9th level, which I think you're level 9 total?
Yes, technically.
Yeah, because you got a 7 and a 2.
Yep.
That's Kazella. Yeah, alright, so you go to Kazella.
Mhm.
You'll be seeing Kazella. Let me actually double check her deal chart thing. Or not deal chart, her mission chart. Oh yeah, no, she's in a good mood today.
Yay.
She's fine. You appear and she's... It's that thing of, she's got, like, a little tentacle that's popped up out of the floor. And it looks like it's holding, like... Would be like a stone, it's like holding up its little tentacle arm, and there's like a rune that's like covered, kind of like it's holding up a tablet. That's kind of what it looks like.
Gotcha,
It's like
gotcha.
she's looking at something. And she just looks up like, oh, hello.
It's good to see you, Gazella.
Hmm.
I'm here for 2 reasons. Or actually,
Okay.
maybe 3.
Oh
So.
no.
What? Hey, now this is bad.
Well, I have something for you in your lot, but you can go first.
Okay. So, we dealt with the killer, as you may have gotten their soul, because I killed them directly with the knife you requested.
You see her move her hand, and the killer's body drops down from the ceiling as they're being hung there, and then it slingshots back into the roof and disappears.
That checks.
She goes, I know. And she says that with a smile. She just looks so happy.
Oh, man. He just looks there and just goes, glad to see you like your gift.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is less of a I did something and more of I'm checking to see what's going on. I heard that you and Ariasa were having some problems. Is it monsters from your domain that are clashing with hers?
So, Ariasa and I got into a light bickering just because of our differing perspectives.
I understand.
But that's all it was. I understand that I need to not make friends is the wrong terminology, but coexist with those around me. Otherwise, I don't benefit from this as much as everyone else.
That is true.
And considering I'm now stuck in a race between Ariasa, myself, and Yavina for the Thaumian of Lust slot, bickerings have started, but the bickering then sparked our monsters. They start going at each other's throats.
Understood. That's what
It
I
was
was
not an-
wondering about.
Active decision. I also put a few more of my testing creatures that I know are strong, but I haven't, well, field tested them yet.
Understood.
So I don't know exactly what they're capable of. But I think, and you kind of see one of her tentacles come up and kind of scratch at the side of her head.
Yeah.
Like come out from the wall. She goes, I think it might be rampaging through her rose fields.
Mm.
Not the roses!
And it's just like that
Okay.
look of, it's not Kazella's fault the monsters are doing it.
Yeah.
It's just the monster went, oh, my goddess dislikes you. I'm sending you to God.
Not the
Okay.
roses!
So, Rhea would kind of look at her and just go, first of all, can you call it back?
I can. It was just, I didn't realize I gave that one specifically so much of a bloodlust. So it's been calming down over the last 2 days.
Alright. So for now, I would say to call it back.
I am attempting.
Appreciate it.
Something.
Second
But
thing.
because it is in her domain, it makes it a little bit difficult to make leave. It's one of those like,
Alright.
because it's in her territory, I'm trying to contact it, and then her shit's getting in my way.
Maybe we can find a fix on this. I'm going to be stopping by her eventually today. I can ask her to try and create I guess a way for her magic not to intercept temporarily. I'm
I
sure she
could-
can do that if she's a goddess.
I can attempt to force it through, but it seems as of late, Ariessa has gotten as strong as me, if not a little stronger.
Hmm.
So now my magic isn't as potent against hers as it used to be.
Understood.
There's a reason for my struggles here. It's not
understand.
for a lack of effort.
I
It's for
didn't
the lack of
imagine.
ability.
Well, I kind of figured you wouldn't just lash out for no reason, so that's why I wanted to get an understanding of the situation. Right. Well, I'll talk with her, see if I can get her to loosen it up so you can yoink that thing, I don't know what it is, out of there.
It's a big creature. It's one of my larger creations I've had as of late.
Understood.
Which is why it may have knocked down one of her trees.
Understood. Alright.
It's one of those, like, she's still scratching at her head as her head's kind of sitting to the right. Like, you can really tell it's that look of, like, whoopsies.
Arias's creatures are so upset.
Yeah, no wonder.
It's one of those things of, like, the goddesses started bickering. Okay, the monsters looked up, looked at their two gods, and went, well, obviously we have to fight. It's just fucking, like...
Oh, man.
Well, obviously, this is what's gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
Obviously, we're throwing hands here from the not yet field tested monster of Kazella said, hi, bitches, and yeah, it into the field.
Alright. So he would look at her and just go, this is something that I will probably talk with the rest of the goddesses also setting up. Because I'm going to be quite frank, with the way things are, we might need to set things up. Because the race is happening for Thaumian, and I don't think the monsters are going to try and let up as long as you are competing. So, I don't imagine this is out of your power, or for the other gods, because your gods, if a mortal can do it, you should be able to. Can you set up, similar to what Black Eye has done to a degree, just a barrier around your area to keep your monsters inside their area?
You see this look, and you see her brain start, and you just see that look of, why didn't I fucking think of that? She goes, yeah, I'll get working on that immediately.
Thank you. That would solve the majority of these problems.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's everything. Well, you said you had something for me, actually.
Well, yes. I was also I was a bit busy trying to force it to come back and then kept getting blocked by Ariasa's magic.
Yes.
Because she thought I was trying to kill her monsters and not recall mine.
That happens. That does check.
it's a fair.
I mean, Ariasa, the neutral good, looking at Kate like neutral evil coming into her and going, "No, stop it, shoo."
It's entirely fair of Ariasa to think that.
Yep. It would be
isn't
entirely
denying
fair
it.
both ways. Like, both ways, it would be fair. Didn't matter which god it was.
Lawful starts reaching into a chaotic. The chaotic's going, "No, Sue."
Got lost.
But you would see that she's like, well, didn't you say you had a third thing?
Right. So, right. So I did this before with Yavina. And with things being, slightly loosened due to talking with Ty, I was wanting to make a deal.
Oh.
You see, I love a good god bargain.
Alright.
And I'm trying to find the deal chart. There it is.
I know, it's way up in our
Yeah,
fucking DMs,
yeah.
dude. It's not pinned. It's fucking...
It used to be pinned. I don't know why it got unpinned. I'm gonna repin it real quick.
I was gonna say, y'all should pin that shit.
Yeah, we had that pinned. I don't know why it unpinned itself. He would just look there and just go, with, basically, since we have all the gods around, I've been looking to try and mix gods and magics together. Because, to be quite frank, while I appreciate everybody's help, I don't trust people to handle Roshi. I'm kind of just expecting to be the one to deal with that. It's not that I don't have faith in people. I just don't have faith in the majority of people.
It's not that I don't have faith in people. It's that I don't have faith in people.
Yeah, but like he has faith in a few people, you know? Just not everyone. you just go, so I'm trying to do what I can to make myself as strong as needed. There's something that I realized, which is that I lack range. Any of my range abilities requires me to pull directly on my mana, and the problem about that is I mainly need my mana to uncorrupt people. Otherwise, I can't say people, like, if a Ray were to get corrupted, and if that happened, I wouldn't be happy, obviously. Neither would you. But if that were to happen, I need my mana to be able to uncorrupt her. Is there a way, because I feel like this is right up your alley, that you could allow me to gain some form of magic where I could create portals where tentacles could reach out? That way I can not just deal with land things, but also things in the air. Because there are some enemies that have started flying. We met one recently where it used 0 gravity to float up into the air and do diving strikes, if I remember correctly.
Well, I have an idea, and it'd be a me thing. And you see that devious fucking grin of, alright, here comes Gazella with her offer.
Alright.
You've pitched the idea, here's her offer.
Alright.
So she's like, I like the portal idea. But what if I was to also upgrade the tentacles on your back to make them a bit more useful? Okay. So they're not as just loose ends that could get cut off if you're unlucky.
I won't lie.
I should have called them boring.
They are, while they are useful for some things, they are more of a liability when it comes to combat. I should ask, though. Something that has kept me alive quite a few times has been my displacer form. If I turn into that form, would my tentacles go back to the natural displacer form, or would it transfer with that?
Oh, they would just be better.
Understood.
I just
Oh, man.
As fucking Gazella looks, he goes, oh, no, you misunderstand. This is an absolute win.
Alright.
And she'll go, well, here's my bargain for you. I get to fiddle with you a bit, to mess with your tentacles on your back, to make them a bit more me, fit me a bit more, and in exchange, you'll be able to actually lash out with them and smack people.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. And she goes, and even get a little bit of portals going, so they're not going to stretch like your arms do. Instead, they'll just go through a little portal and be able to smack people from, I'd say probably maybe 60 feet.
Very useful. I can definitely...
Range smacking.
Who just go, I can definitely work with that. I'll be honest, I'd be surprised if you told me that those tentacles would stretch as well, considering they technically are not a part of my body.
Well, we'll fix that. As she is going, she's like, now I will need access to your back for this.
Go ahead.
So you're gonna have to trust me not to stab you.
Listen, I've had to trust a lot of people. I just dealt with the mime a bit ago, so go ahead.
Oh yes. So you would feel her hand kind of run down the tentacles that come out of his like shoulder blade areas.
Yeah.
And okay, so for one, he gains like total feeling on those tentacles, as if she just built nerve endings.
Oh god, that would feel horrible.
Yep.
And then it goes completely fucking numb.
That checks.
As she's like, alright, form a connection and change.
Understood.
That would be painful to suddenly have nerve endings appear.
Oh, it's not proper nerd. She's not modifying your body. She can't do what Yavina does. No, it's more abyssally than that.
Abyssally.
Abyssally, yeah.
Oh,
New
man.
word, folks. Abyssally.
Yeah.
Can't wait
word.
for its fucking like saga. Fucking abyssilic.
Abyssalic.
Abyssilic.
The barbarian path of the abyssalic.
No, that's an adjective, okay? Okay, so like, you know, you're looking at somebody like, you know, you're looking real abyssilic right now. Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna write that down in my fucking
Oh my god.
things, cause I have a character in mind who would shout that at somebody.
Yeah, fucking Strickum.
Don't worry about it.
Tirum. I had to remember his name.
Is that how you spell it? Abyssalic? Is that how you fucking
It's
spell?
not actually a fucking word.
Is that how you would?
This is how I
know.
would spell it. Abyssilic.
Okay, I'm gonna change it to that. This is a word now. I don't care.
Oh man. For
Yeah.
anyone who ever wants to go into the comments, type abyssilic. It's ABYSALIC.
Abyssalic.
Abyssalic.
I feel like that could be a word. What it means?
Who knows? As far as I know, it's not a word.
Tyrion would definitely shout that at somebody just to confuse them.
Holy shit, I got a text on my phone. Hello,
Definitely confused the
Nitsify.
shit out of Leah.
Yeah. Hello, Nitsify. Democrats are fighting to cut costs and defend our reproductive rights. Shut the fuck up. Get out of my text. What the fuck is this bullshit? Get your political bullshit out my fucking phone.
Yeah, there you go. Correct response. Anyways.
Oh, okay, so he's going to then look over and go, all right. So that's working. Are those the
So
tentacles, or is it?
So your back would now the tentacles would become like more like okay, they're there. Like now you can move them around more freely.
Gotcha.
So now if you wanted to be really, really petty to somebody, you could wield more knives.
You see
Do
him get a devious, almost like a devil smile.
Do it.
And just go, I might have to stop by Oganzo again.
If you want, I could hand you some of my more simpler knives. Maybe even build them into it.
Oh, really?
But I would need something for that one. Because that first one was a deal.
That is fair. I'll
So,
tell you
here's-
what. I'll go on the next mission. But if we don't run into any knives by then, I might come back to you for that.
Okay. You see that fucking devious grin of a
Hell yeah.
lost god.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Ryu, now your tentacles are like these inky black with like kind of like golden like lines.
Yeah.
You kind of move within them. It almost looks like someone added gold trims to something, like slight gilding of like you gild like a countertop, basically.
Yeah.
Problem, it is a pitch black tentacle coming out of your back.
Hell yeah. Alright. I'm gonna look to her and just go, well, before I leave, you said you had something, right?
Right, I almost forgot. Here you go. She reaches out and pokes you,
Okay.
and you gain a level up.
What the fuck? Okay, cool. There comes that cleric level. Let's fucking go.
And she'll be like, that's for all the other missions you've done
I appreciate
that I
it.
didn't really give you anything for. I just told you to do them.
Well, I appreciate it nonetheless.
Yes, everybody, the gods are paying attention. Fuck off.
Yeah. I gained one new spell in cleric. That's all. That's all I got.
Yeah.
But it's the second
Yeah.
level. So
Yeah.
I know just the one I'm getting, which is silence.
No, you already have that.
Yeah, but this one doesn't take my mana.
Nah, you want to use your mana, man.
Dude, when do I ever actually have mana slots available? It is a
He's got a
blessing.
point.
Hey,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't be able to cast it as a reaction.
Uh-huh. You're right. But this is just for double safety.
Oh my god.
Listen, I had to be that guy, but it's genuine that thing about to sit here and go, I have to work with a bunch of idiots that like to get loud. Either I'm
Okay.
draining my
Got a
life force,
point.
or I'm casting a spell as a main action to deal this. But I feel like I kind of have to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
got
I
a
was really
point.
trying to prevent you from doing that.
Yeah, I know. To be fair, I probably won't end up having to use it that much. It's just every once in a while that might be required. So, it's that unfortunate thing.
How dare you?
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so next up, after he leaves Kazella's domain after that, is what other ones do I need to deal with before I grab Nosuke? Right. Let's go ahead and let's get Karina, and then after that we have Karina is gonna be the one that we handle, and then it'll be Nerva, and then after that I'll grab her.
Okay, so she's gonna get to meet Dixie, Grandma,
Actually, you know what?
Yuki.
I would just Karina. I'm gonna let her meet Nerva as well, because she's actually
Okay.
a friend of Yavina. So
Yeah.
yeah, I want her to meet all the good people, like the genuinely good people. I want her to meet Yuki. I want her to meet Grandma. I want her to meet
my God.
Dixie.
Dixie, I was thinking.
Yeah.
I know someone would be like, but Dixie's such a dick. He does all these things. He's trying.
Yeah,
he
he
is
is
legit
actually trying.
trying
Yeah.
to be
Dixie is the
good.
god of mischief and chaos. He just likes having fun.
He's doing what he
trying to
can.
help.
I love
Yeah.
Dixie. I personally adore him.
Also, Dixie might actually help her maybe embrace that little bit more of that childish side of like, yeah, like actually go have fun, buddy, please.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, yeah, Dixie. So
Oh, it's Dixie's like, I'm a help. Here, have this really powerful ring I found. It has a cosmic horror in it. It's like, Dixie,
he's trying. He's
Dixie.
trying.
Dixie.
Sorry.
But did you not look? Him. Huh? I'm supposed to check those things?
Oh god. Okay. So I'm gonna go reach out to Karina.
So that would be Kyrina, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Answer
so-
my call.
Alright, so
Ring ring.
so either I can roll a D100 or you can.
Oh, roll one. Why not?
I rolled and that was for Imogen and you got it. So
All right. Let me see. That was leaning on a 60, but instead I got a 23.
okay. So let me check something. Okay. She would not answer.
Fair enough. She can expect a call every business day.
I will tell you this, you might be able to try again, because I will tell you this. It felt like you might have been getting somewhere, and then they went, no,
Gotcha.
I don't trust mortals.
When you say try again, do you mean now or later?
Go talk to a different god, and then maybe
Gotcha.
you can try again.
Okay. So I'm gonna go grab Nosuke then.
Alright, you would see that there's a pile of unconscious people.
He would look over, look at Black Eye, and just go, Black Eye.
So as you're walking up, you would hear Black up, good job, good. Now you need to focus that. So it's not as much of chaos. Now,
Hey.
a lot of you, wake up. Now, stand there again. Just
You just look at Black Eye, and just go, Black Eye. How are you doing? How's training going?
God. Well, she has not killed anyone, so we're getting somewhere.
do me a favor. Whenever you do these things, if you're going to be using people as test subjects for her stuff, make sure that the cleric nearby.
Right, people do that.
Yes, yes. Please.
Right.
I don't need Darius to be on your ass for getting people killed. And I don't want my daughter with charges of murder.
Yes. Don't worry, they wouldn't die. I'd make sure of it.
Understood. Well,
That would be more concerning.
I forgot that religious people heal. And he just fucking walks away.
He'd like to just go, oh, by the way, before you walk away real quick.
His head
you can-
rotates on its neck like a fucking swivel.
You can train Nosuke tomorrow more. Essentially,
Alright.
she will be going with me on the mission, and then the next mission she'll stay back here. The plan is to cycle her between 3 people so she can kind of get training, but also actually live somewhat as much of a normal life as possible for a child. So, one day Stella and Keo will have her where she can live around the tavern, get to play with the neighborhood kids. Next day you'll have her. And then, there's a certain someone that I'm going to introduce her to in a bit. And then, that cycle will then go back to Keo and then back to you, and I think you get the point.
Okay.
That way, she still learns from you, she's learning from a different person as well about something else, and on the side, she gets to actually have a childhood.
That would be something. That would be good.
That would be, yes. Alright, well, thank you, Black Eye, for helping her what you could for today. Come on, Nosuke.
Okay.
Nosuke, how do you feel about meeting some gods?
Ooh.
Alright.
The mom?
We are going to get to your mom, actually, in a bit, but there's a few others I want you to meet as well.
Okay.
We're going to do the last pit stop at your mom's place, because there's also someone that follows her that I also want you to meet.
Okay.
Alright. So, we're going to go to a certain someone. Do you know of a dear Titanic seal known as Yuki?
Ah. That's the guy that really likes to heal people, right?
Yes. We're going to go to her.
Okay. I want to mention Nosuke got a nat 14.
Hell yeah.
And with her -1 in religion,
She's...
she got a
Dude.
dirty 13.
I want to mention, Charlie Ryu, we only hit like a +0 in religion. He now has a +4 because his int's gone up. No, so he actually had a +1. He had a +1 before then because he used to have a 13. But,
Yeah.
like father, like fucking daughter, apparently. Neither of them are really religious.
Yeah.
They're just gonna go and do their thing. They're gonna go and head over to Yuki's domain.
All right. So go ahead and give me that meditation.
Meditation? What do I do for meditation? Do I get pilled in? Do I roll? What's going on here?
So you know what?
What?
First time out of all the gods, you don't have your couch.
Damn. Alright, well we can fix that. I'm gonna do something different. Hold up. Beanbag.
All right.
Because I feel like that's something more Nosuke might like.
Nosuke lands on the beanbag like, ooh, bouncy.
Yeah. I'll just get on the other side of the beanbag, essentially.
Yeah, as you guys would then just see Yuki, as you guys are sitting on the frost edge of a cliff, wind blowing, ice everywhere. You see Yuki lift her little head, look over, give a big ol' smile.
Hell yeah. You just look at Yuki and just go, Yuki, how are you doing?
Happy.
That's good. That's good. As you
Big
requested.
Lord.
Oh.
She like slaps her little belly, and you see like a snowball come flying at you.
Okay.
Do you catch it?
I'll try.
Okay. So, acrobatics.
Okay. Wouldn't that be more of a sleight of hand, or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, you can roll either or.
Okay. Well, okay, well, if my acrobatics is higher, so I'll do that then. So that is a +7, so that is a 23.
Alright, cool. You like kind of like catch the snowball and kind of have to do like a small like you kind of have to stand up for a moment to make sure it doesn't go by you, but you do catch it.
Okay.
And then you would see what she had said was reward, and then the snowball came flying at you.
Gotcha.
As you would now have in your hands a wabachi pipe
Hell yeah.
and a few herbs that you can smoke in it. So,
Hell yeah. Hibachi. Oh man, hell yeah. If I remember correctly, that heals when you smoke it, right?
yes, it is a I will type out its name.
I gotcha.
I spelled it correctly.
To be honest, I might give this to it because I have a lot of healing stuff already. I might give this to an NPC to help increase their chances because I have talked about wanting to gear people up a bit better.
Yeah.
So honestly, what I might do is trying to remember if we have any actual just natural people that just go their way to smoke. Because they might get the most use out of something like this. But I don't think any of our, funny enough, I don't think any of our people we've seen actively go out of their way to smoke.
Okay, so I have to correct how this is spelled because I realized how I originally spelled it, so that's how it's going to be spelled.
Gotcha.
Hibachi. I forgot about the T.
Hell yeah. Oh, you know what? We can give it to the Athony Minor group because Arcos and Osiris, the tiefling.
Oh yeah, both of them are
They
violent smokers.
Yeah. So we'll, if you want to, yeah, like I know, like you probably write these things down to bring up the DCs and whatnot. They will get the Wabachi pipe.
Okay, so let me scroll through teammates. All right,
I can actually
give
paint
that-
them because I'm looking at them if you want me to do that.
I'm almost to them, so it's okay.
Okay, cool. But yeah.
I'll just roll to see which one of them gets it.
Oh yeah.
That's for Osiris. Alright,
Yeah.
the more violent. Actually, no, weirdly enough, the more violent of the two brothers got it.
I mean, he might need it because he's probably more up in the front and probably getting hit more, if that's the case. I'm guessing this Arcross?
Yes, he's the one that got it.
Gotcha, cool. Hell yeah.
Osiris is more of like, he's more here, but he has a war pick. Meanwhile, his buddy has his brother has a fucking battle axe that he beats people to death with.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you just look to Yuki and just go, is there anything you need before I head on out? Making sure everybody's good.
You just see her look at you, smile, and just go hell.
Understood.
And
Understood. Heal dying people. It went for last time it was 5, this time it's 10.
I love Yuki.
Yuki is so precious.
She's so simple. She's such a god.
I mean, she's a child.
Yep.
Exactly what it's so funny.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Yuki is a fucking child.
And despite
She's
being
a
a
Titanic
child.
seal that is a child.
Uh-huh.
She is a titan. God forbid she reaches adulthood.
Alright.
You ever seen a cosmic horror seal?
She wouldn't be a cosmic horror.
Cosmic pleasure.
Exactly.
Oh god. Okay, getting back on topic. Because we still have so many gods.
Alright, yes, Yuki done.
Okay, cool. He's going to then just kind of give her a nod, head on out. And then I guess we'll try and quickly reach out to Karina again.
Alright, give me that D100.
All right. Is it Karina or Kryerna, by the way?
Kyrena.
Kyrena,
Kyrena.
gotcha. 86.
Oh. All right. So, as you would be sitting there, you would feel a pull
Uh-huh.
that is very slight and very just. It's way more subtle than you experienced with most gods.
Yeah.
And you actually get the feeling you actually have to be willing to go
Yeah.
with this one, unlike every other god you've experienced where you're like, hello, they just grab you and yank.
Yeah.
This one's like, do you even want to see me?
Gotcha. She's depressed.
Like, it's like you hear nothing. It's just you feel a slight tug.
Yeah.
Like, barely perceptible, and I'm guessing you accept that tug.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, cool. So you would appear in a very different domain. It is very bright. Is very bright.
Okay.
And you would be seeing this lady.
Let me see.
I'm grabbing the damn image.
Gotcha.
Damn it. Give me a minute.
Damn, man.
Fucking asshole.
I was clicking off of OBS because I'm constantly looking at the audio, man. Come on.
How could you?
Sorry, I want people to actually be able to hear us.
What do you mean?
Being able
Man.
to hear what you're listening to is generally a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. Whenever I have to listen to this stuff at work, it's nice being able to actually hear it.
Man.
Fun fact, my job is like, yeah, no listening to anything while on the floor.
I feel like that's not something you should admit to.
I just wear one headphone. And I know, and here's the thing, the entire maintenance team, the people that really need to be paying attention to what they're doing, all of them wear headphones. None of them give a fuck.
I still feel like that's not something you should admit to.
But yeah, you would see this person.
Karina, Thamian of Hope. We're looking at a very humanish person. Fairly light-skinned, not quite platinum blonde hair, but it's pretty close to that shade. It is that thing where she's wearing this very, like, flowy white dress. And it's one of those ones where, like, it has the shoulders exposed normally, but, like the flowy sleeves are still kind of there, and, like, it still goes, I'm guessing, down to probably, like, the calves is my guess, by the looks of how it's been made. But it's very form-fitting. She does, however, have this, like, metallic guard that is also very form-fitting, that basically goes around the neck and over the shoulders.
Sort of a silvery.
Yeah, kind of like a silvery. Fairly long eyelashes, by the way. And, I think that's all I can really say about... Oh, the one other thing is that the hair would probably go, like, slightly past the shoulders. Oh, actually, it'd probably go halfway down the back, but the thing is that she's braided a lot of it on the back area. She's even tucked technically the left side of her head, that bit of hair, into that braid. So that bit just drapes over her chest, essentially, and the rest of it just kind of gets to flow naturally on her right side of her head.
There is one thing that Nits will struggle to see, because this very much blends in with everything else. In her hands, you see a very brilliant, pale blue, almost gem-looking thing.
Looks like magic.
It looks like magic. It probably is magic, but it is just brilliant whitish blue.
Yeah.
Understood.
about as pure a color as you can think.
Oh yeah. So, as you would be appearing, you would be seeing that she is. You would be appearing in, and you're stepping through what looks to be probably what is a doorway into this
Yeah.
gilded area that she exists in, her domain.
Yeah.
But you're seeing that her domain is bright, happy,
Full of hope.
full of hope, but also what Ryu would also note is it's very lonely.
Yeah.
With all the other gods, you're seeing signs of their followers. Like with
Yeah.
Algonzo, you saw like bits of bubbles of his followers were yoinking cheese to go and use it. That was a
Yeah.
note that I just didn't make, but it was something that you could
There's
picture
always
in your
something.
mind. There's always a sign that these gods have people pulling for them. Yavina has literal followers stripper dancing in her fucking domain
Yeah.
because she's like, yeah!
Yeah, there's always something that kind of shows from it.
Yeah, there's always a sign. There's nothing.
Mm.
There's not a touch of mortality here.
Yep.
Everything is brilliant and white, and she herself is present, but she almost looks translucent,
Yeah.
as if she's not even fully here.
Yeah.
As you would see her, as you step through, kind of float away from you,
Okay.
as she would just wait. As Ryu could
Yeah.
kind of pick up with his insight, she doesn't actually know how to handle this situation.
That's fair. Ryu will pull out a chair. And I feel like he gets out the beanbag for this one. Just kind of like leaving notes. You just look there and just go, stay in the beanbag for now.
Okay.
You can just listen on this one. The others, I'll introduce you, but she's new even for me. And he'd pull out 2 chairs and a table. And just kind of gesture towards one of the chairs.
She would float over and, after a mild bit of genuine confusion, sit down.
Alright. He'd then sit down. He'd wait for her. So as soon as she'd sit down,
Yeah.
then he would go and sit down.
Yeah.
He would look at her and just go, my name is Ryozuka. I say this a lot. From what I know, your name is Kairena.
He would give a nod.
I heard about you from my understanding, an old friend of yours.
You would see her almost. She would kind of slightly tilt her head and kind of raise an eyebrow.
I want you to know, I've done talking with him, and I'm doing what I can to try and help him turn a new leaf within the mix of everything that's going on in my world. I'm talking about the mime.
You would see her stiffen. And she would ask a question.
Okay.
And she just asked if she was, is he okay?
Physically, he is fine. Mentally, he has seen better days. But we've had some chats. And I think I'm getting him into a better area. But that's a work in progress. That would take time. Luckily, for gods like you and him, you have all the time in the world. But I am seeing a different side of him than what I originally saw. So I think he's starting to get into a better mindset slowly. He told me, with the way my world is going, that if there's anyone that might be able to reach you, despite you having not talked to mortals or gods for who knows how long, it might be me. I apologize for bringing my daughter, but it's, you know, the whole, like, bring your daughter to work day sort of thing.
Her head kind of tilts. She's like, it's all like, okay.
Yeah. He would
Doesn't
just
know
go.
what you're talking about.
He would just go, to be quite frank, from what I know, you're the goddess of hope. If there is anything that my world can use right now, it is that. That is something everybody's failing at right now.
She would inhale, and she would just go, I can help give some hope. I have given as much as I can, usually, even to my own degradation.
If you don't mind me asking, why have you isolated yourself? I'm sorry if that is a touchy question. If you feel like you don't want to answer, I understand it. But it's rather odd for a god, let alone a god of hope, to do that.
And you would see a look of kind of almost sadness form, and it is sadness from what you can tell, but it almost looks like someone who doesn't fully understand that emotion.
Yeah.
Is experiencing it. As she would, she just goes, because of what I watched mortals do to my friend.
I'm guessing you mean the mime.
He used to be so happy.
She would see, it is a very small, but she would see a very small smile form on Ryu, and just go, remember how I said that he's getting on the right track? We had him laugh twice today. So he's getting somewhere. Damage mentally can be done. And while we can never remove that damage, there are always things we can do to try and fight against it. One of the hardest things that I've learned within just a few months is learning to come to terms that no matter how strong you are, you can't save everybody. You can't do everything on your own. And you can't take guilt for something when the others just didn't want to try. Or when you weren't there for them because you couldn't be at the time. Not physically or mentally. And I think he's slowly starting to learn that himself. I think it's obvious you don't know how to process your emotions. Maybe it's time that you start stepping out of your shell. Because if you learn to stick around and talk with the mortals, and maybe even reach out to your friend eventually, you might be able to get yourself out of this state you're in now. Because I can tell, relatively easy, that you mentally are not here. I've seen that same look on so many people's faces.
Given as much as I could to the mortals as I watched. And I watched my friend take their pain away as much as he could, taking every ounce of pain from them that he could, even to the point where it began to destroy him. To the point now where I can't say I recognize him. But if he's coming back, then maybe.
He needs your support.
He took all he could to help mortals, and I gave all I could to help, even if it was from the shadows. But I think mortals call it dying. I may have stretched myself too thin.
Do you feel as if you yourself are on death's door?
I do not know I have the strength to reach out to your world. That is why I could not pull you.
Let me ask you a question. My understanding of gods are fickle, because for the longest time in my life, I hated gods. Because my father, who was a devout follower of the god of death of my world, died being a devout follower to the point where he neglected his family and his job. And the one time he called out, the one time he asked for help, she didn't come. Nothing happened. And for the longest time, rather than learning to handle my emotions and learning to process things, I simply put all of my hatred of my dad, not knowing where to put it, onto the gods. Especially on my goddess of death, Khalil. So my knowledge of gods is very little, but I've come to understand them a lot better since essentially the Defiler's apocalypse in my world. So, if I understand correctly, gods gain their power from followers.
From my knowledge, yes.
Is that what you would need? Because as far as I can tell, you're lacking any followership. And unless I'm wrong, don't you need that to live?
As a Thaumian, I have a great amount of strength. But it is through followers that strength is regained. I think I drained myself of all my energy.
Well, he would get up from his chair. And he would just go, "We'll change that. I think for now, continue to rest your body. And when you feel that you have enough strength, contact me. I have just the plan. We'll get you back in shape. And when we get you back in shape, I expect to see you talking again with the mime." future relationship. More importantly, I do think genuinely that your presence alone might just help steer him in the right direction. Because there might be one thing you're forgetting. You aren't just giving hope to the mortals. You're giving hope to the gods. If anyone needs it, it's him.
Are you suggesting you're going to find me followers?
I know I can. It's not an if. It is I can, and I will.
If you can get me a follower, or followers, all right.
Trust me on this.
I'll take a step in your world as the first world I would have ever stepped into.
You have a deal. And, he will get up. And
Oh.
he will, fun little thing.
Huh.
He'll just kind of like, basically grab. I've not gotten to write this one down. So, from my understanding, Gramps gave him that brick.
Yeah.
And
And you gave it back.
then I gave it back.
Uh-huh.
But we've gotten a lot of stuff from him since then.
Uh-huh.
And he would grab that swamp elemental potion.
Okay.
And he'll set it on the table. And he'll just go, take this as a contingency plan. I know you probably can't use it since you're a god, but at the very least, if your energy depletes too much to where you feel you might fade, and I haven't gotten you a follower yet, use this. It might buy you some time. And should you never have to use it, and we get to meet again, you can keep it, or you can give it back. Whatever you feel is right.
All right. Well, she would open her hand, and one of those small little, like, kind of four-pointed little tiny star-looking things, like a kid would draw a star.
Yeah.
Like white magic would form in her hand. She would form 3 of them.
Okay.
And you would almost see her fade a bit more after she creates these, which gives you an idea of just how weak she is.
Yeah.
Which, it's a Thaumian.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be borderline unkillable.
Yup.
She would go, give these to whoever you trust to follow me.
Understood.
And these are my last hope.
Understood.
I'm out.
And he got how many in total?
3.
3.
3 stars of hope. And she confirms to you, that's it. The goddess of hope is out.
Understood.
That's all she's got left.
Understood. So he will take his leave as he would nod to her.
Alright.
Alright.
As you would see that Nosuke looks genuinely fucking concerned.
Yeah.
Cause it's that kid looking at someone like, cause children
Yep.
always have hope. And
Yep.
she's looking at someone who's like, wait, but that ain't right. That's not how gods are supposed to work.
I feel like he'd be able to kind of like read that, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's
It's a
obvious
kid,
as
open
fuck.
book.
She's a child. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they're fucking
yeah.
open.
Yeah. He would just look to her and just go, sometimes, Nosuke, if things become harsh, It's more likely in adults than in kids, but people will feel uneasy and they'll feel as if there isn't a way to go on. That is called losing hope.
Oh.
Some people have that, and even gods, people who are insanely powerful, there's one thing that even gods can't neglect, and that is their mental strain. It looks like she stretched herself a bit too thin. Do me a favor, don't ever do that. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Good. We're going to go to a little bit of a happier note, okay, Nosuke? Let's go meet someone.
Is she gonna be okay? Like, is this the most genuine? Like, is she gonna be okay?
You would just look here and just go, she'll be fine. I have a certain friend that I think could use that form of hope.
Okay.
Honestly,
It takes a broken friend to know a broken friend.
Can I have one of the stars?
You can.
I'll follow. I don't know what that means, but I'll follow.
Heck yeah.
She's trying.
She's really trying. She's learning from her father.
Yeah. He is going to, because I have one person in mind already, so I'm just going to go ahead and boost it down to 1. I'm going to go ahead over to a specific person that I think would actually be able to use this. That I know is near us, which is Zelvic.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be real. If there is anyone that I genuinely think could use hope.
A star of hope.
Yeah, a star of hope. It is the guy who has seen hell and back. Can't tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're definitely
You're 100% correct.
Yeah. So you'd see Ryu walk up to Zelvic and just go, "Hey, Zelvic."
Mm.
So I got done talking with a goddess. The goddess of hope.
Those are a thing?
Mm-hmm. They're normally in the shadows, specifically a Thaumian. She's never stepped foot in a world before. And you may know of the mime. She was friends with the mime. Apparently, the mime used to be a lot better of a person, and when he started taking people's pain and became stronger, it started corrupting him, killing him essentially in a way, and that led to her eventually straining herself thin, trying to give other people hope, until eventually she wore herself out completely thin. Since she has no followers, she can't regain her strength. When I found her, she was in such a weakened state that not only was she translucent, but she could barely do anything. So, she has given me 3 stars of hope.
Huh.
I would only give these to people who I know can actually use hope. Or someone that can at least bolster her in the right direction. And you kind of look over to Nosuke, like the kid, just kind of like putting his hand on his like daughter, like, good example of that. Yeah, you just go, I think if anyone could use that, it's you.
I can think of another who's a good example of hope.
You see that look of like, I don't know whether or not to be like, it's that look of, I don't know whether to be flattered or insulted. Because you're also saying like, you hopeless bastard. Like,
you just go, I don't mean it in the wrong way, of course. It's more on the fact of, yeah.
I understand.
You've seen Dustelheim, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I have. I want someone fight to get me out, so I appreciate that.
Of course.
I don't know if that fellow realized quite what I was, but he took me along with several others, seeming to be just on a freeing batch of getting people out of Destelheim.
Interesting. Well,
They had technology beyond what I'd seen on my world.
that's rather odd, considering how already advanced
Everything.
you are.
Yeah, he says the guy who's made out of, like, who's
Yeah.
basically teched himself. He goes, one of their companions had well, we called it a gun. It did not consume anything to keep firing. It simply pulled on the energy of the world itself.
Interesting.
I'd never seen technology like that before, so
That's
that
definitely
was
a new one.
indeed.
Huh.
But thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. I have other gods I still have to handle, so I'm not going to waste your time, or mine for that matter, but I figured I should give it to you while I was thinking about it. And he will head off.
He would sit there and he goes,
Yeah.
I hadn't believed in a god in a while, so this is something.
If there's any god to believe in, it's the one of hope. That much I can say.
Yep. So he would take that star and you would see it kind of meld into his body.
Hell yeah.
As you also got to watch Noski as you're walking, she's like got this little star that's like bouncing from one hand to the other. She's
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Ugh." Eventually it would disappear. And she's just like, aw. It's
Oh, man.
gone.
He'll create the beanbag again. He's not even going to bother moving away from the shop. And then he'll just, just sit down and just go, alright, Nosuke. Wrap up, it's time for Dixie.
Ugh.
Alright, and they're going to head to Dixie.
Alright, I can't believe I actually get to fucking do this, but I get to toss this lady in the patrons folder. She now has been revealed, which means people can actually reach out to her
Yeah.
to follow her.
Yeah.
I can think of someone else who might be useful to her.
Ugh.
Well,
Stella.
perchance. I was thinking of either, like, my last thoughts with people was either Stella or the Boar. Because that's another person that's seen Dustelheim and been like, oh.
I also, from what y'all have found, if what y'all had to guess, the Boar, Osman,
Yeah.
fought his own way out of Dustelheim, meaning that man had to earn his freedom.
Yep.
The main reason I say Stella is she literally has nothing but hope that
Yeah.
her mentor and her fellow students make it out of this alive.
Yeah.
Yep. It's two very different types of hope that the god would be getting. Because you have
Yeah.
the more of like the I need fucking hope, I need something, and the other being more of like a I got hope, and the hope it doesn't get crushed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The hope of I'm still here despite your best efforts. Like, it is just.
Even then, at the same time, that's also the same kind of hope that Zelvic has.
Yep. Which is still a very powerful version of hope, of just the I'm still fucking here.
I'm still.
But I also
standing
feel
on
like-
BS.
Yeah.
It might be good to start with different types of hope.
We'll see.
That's what
To
I'm
build
trying
it
to
up.
look into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I mean, we're gonna knock out the rest of the god stuff before we get to that last one. I'm gonna be real because I don't know how much more time we have left.
Plenty.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know what time it is.
It's
Sorry,
5:15.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
So, you guys should probably wrap it up soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Dude, I didn't even get any. I only got halfway through this fucking list.
Yeah.
We're gonna knock out. I'm gonna try and get through like.
We may not have Tierm, but there are other things
Yeah.
for us to do
Yeah, that's why I'm
that
trying
I
to.
cannot do while you guys are recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, we still have.
We can just try and get
Quite
the main ones out of the way.
Yeah.
The big
still have a
ones.
bit
The
to
big
do.
ones is Yavina, Lantern Keeper, And, I mean, we just said Dixie, so we might as well just knock Dixie out real quick. And then we can just do the others in a separate time.
Alright.
Yeah, that works.
Cool.
Cool. Alright.
Cool.
Cool. So we are going... Yep.
Y'all fall into Dixie's domain.
Yeah, beanbag style.
Yep, beanbag into the overgrown chaos. That is Dixie's domain.
Oh boy. You just kind of look around and just go, Dixie, where you at?
Right here.
There you are.
He pokes his head up out of the brush next to you, like, and then he walks to more of, like, the god's supposed to be in front type thing, so he walks over there.
Yeah, he kind of, like, gestures over to Nosuke. This is Nosuke. This is my daughter.
Hi.
Nosuke, this is Dixie, god of mischief and foxes.
Oh, I like foxes.
There you go. Right, so, Dixie.
Dixie's approval already.
He would bring out the spoon and then flick it into the air for him. Just kind of over to him.
He catches it like, yay.
We have your spoon.
Yay. Well. I have a thing.
Okay, what do you have?
It's a simple thing. And this time I actually have a location for you.
Since
you seem to get mad that I didn't have one last time.
I need locations, Dixie. If I don't know where it's at, I can't find it. Especially a spoon, Dixie.
Well, alright. Find me a sleeping fox bowl.
And where are we supposed to find that?
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, you literally just said you had the location, Dixie.
I do. You see. I do.
Where is it?
Dixie.
Where is it? You see that look of, like, you see him you see him disappear into the brush. You hear, like, the crashing of something crash in the distance.
Yeah.
And you hear the flipping of pages throughout a book.
Oh, God.
And he's like, where did I write it down?
Probably in the left drawer. There you are.
Yeah. I'll have you know, he pops out of, like, the tree above you. He's like, I'll have you know it was in the right one. And then he falls down and lands in the brush.
Oh, God. Grand.
Of course.
So, do you know? You definitely know about it. But in Frostford, there is a tavern called the Red Lining.
Yes, we saved some people in the Red Lining once before. This is a different one, though, I think.
Yeah. This one has a fox bowl in it, and I want it.
Understood. I will do what I can to get it.
Hooray!
Oh boy. Okay, so fox bowl.
Sleeping fox bowl. He was probably this one the fox is asleep. It looks really cute.
Understood. You kind of look at the pen and just kind of look at the floating pen and just go, write the word sleeping with it. Don't just write foxbowl. Fix that.
You see it like, it wrote foxbowl and it was like, oh, now you tell me. And it like writes sleeping. Like it looks at Dixie like, you dick.
Oh, God.
Right, so Ryu's Featherquill hates Dixie. Got it.
And it's like redlining. Frostford. Are you gonna change anything, you fuck?
Oh, God. Alright. God damn.
Be so mean to Dixie.
I mean, it was trying to write something, and it just changed what the fuck it was supposed to do.
Alright, but yeah, he would just look to her and just go, well, if that's all, Dixie, I will start heading on out. I've got few more gods I gotta wrap up with, and,
Okay.
But yes, it's good meeting you. Also, I don't know if you, yeah, I don't know. Nosuke.
Well,
you'll like him. Just stick around him every now and then. Maybe say hi. Pop in every now and then. Say hi to him. He's a good person.
You see Dixie do a little shoulder bounce, and he would just go, and once after this one, I'll have one more for you where you gotta find me a fork. I haven't found it yet, but I know there's a fox fork.
I'm
Fox
surprised you haven't asked for a knife yet.
Oh, don't worry, that'll come up later.
Understood. And then eventually it'll probably be pans and pots. And
No. After I get all the cutlery in the bowl,
You want
then.
cups?
Oh, that's an idea.
It is.
Well, I was gonna give you something for getting me all these, but now that you mentioned that,
Not allowed to change your mind last second like that, Dixie. Come on now. You're
Oh,
God.
okay. No, yeah, you're right. I can't be influenced by the mortals.
Exactly. But you see, Dixie here, it's questionable whether or not she's mortal, so she said something. He just kind of like gives a shrug.
No, she goes, give my dad stuff.
That's he just kind of looks at her like, say at least say please. Come on now.
Oh yeah, please. Not like, oh yeah, so I need to do that.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be polite.
Oh man.
You just see him going, oh, okay. Well, okay, then after you get me the fork, then I'll give you something.
Okay, that works.
And then I'll need a plate and a spoon. No, I got the spoon.
You already have the spoon, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna get a plate, you might as well get a cup and a
Yeah,
mug.
cup, a fork. Yeah, we got a lot to do here. And just are you
just trying to get like a whole kitchenware thing going on?
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to need a stove. We
Well,
can't
here's the
tote you a
thing.
stove.
Well, here's the thing. Somebody released. There was a one-of-a-kind
Fox set released, and I want all the pieces because they got separated.
Gotcha.
There we go.
There it is.
Why?
That explains it. All right.
I want it.
We'll one step at a time, Dixie. We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, bye. You can
Bye.
sit out.
Oh,
Bye.
God.
It's just fucking.
That's the reason for it all.
That checks. All right,
I
Dixie.
want.
Yeah.
I want my one-of-a-kind box set.
Oh, God. All right. He's going to head over to Yavina.
Oh boy. You appear in the blood hall. Guess what, fucker?
Uh-huh.
Door.
Ah, motherfucker. All right. You know what? I feel like because Nosuke is here, and because I feel like at this point, considering all this shit, I might as well just embrace this shit at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. This is such a. I feel like this is one of those things where it's like Ryu would never fucking do this with anyone else. It is literally just because it's more of a, alright, I might as well at least be friendly with Yavina at this point, because she's fucking connected to my child. So he's just gonna fucking bump the door open.
Oh my god, he's learning.
Oh, yeah.
You see the door fly open as if that's how it's supposed to be opened.
Of course!
Like that, there was no resistance. It was the easiest damn thing ever. And
Dude,
it even felt
too.
like the door had no give, as if you weren't gonna enter it at all.
Oh my god, Katsu's been doing it wrong the entire time. He probably still is. Oh god. Poor Katsu.
It was so simple.
And
he never got it.
I did everything but that. Okay, so he just, I guess, just strut on in, and I can say that because if I remember correctly, from the AC boost she gave me, I just have stripper strut.
Yeah,
So-
you strut now.
Yeah.
You would also have noticed that, like, because I think if Nosuke still walks normally, but she's definitely watching you.
Yep, that
Oh,
checks.
no.
That checks.
So for now, she has a normal person's walk.
And
That'll
hopefully,
probably change.
if it does change, hopefully it's not when she's a kid. Because that's a problem.
That's
That's an actual problem. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe for DM's sake. No.
Yeah, no.
That should not be done.
I said in
Yeah.
future. Don't
Yeah.
fucking worry.
Yeah, I heard that in future. I just wanted to make sure.
Motherfucker, I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, no, I figured you were, but I'm just putting it out there just in case. Oh god. Okay. I'm glad to know that.
That's fucking great. I fucking love this shit. It's fucking great.
Yeah. He would kind of just like make his way over to Yavina. How empty are the halls today?
God damn. Fucking.
No. I'll win.
They've all got people.
Okay, so
They are not empty in the slightest.
gotcha. So I'm just gonna I feel like he would definitely kind of bring Nosuke a little bit more to his side and just go, Nosuke, don't watch the people. They're doing,
Hey, Mom.
they're having fun. Don't pay attention to the people on the sides.
Okay.
They don't.
She just stares straight forward.
Thank you, Nosuke. Hello, Yavina.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm annoyed, but I'm good otherwise.
What happened? Let's hear
Well,
it.
a parasite has infested my tavern in Frostford, and I want it out.
Well, luckily for you, I was already planning on heading there because Dixie wants a sleeping fox bowl from the tavern.
Oh yes, Katsu bought that for one of his dancers.
Yes.
It
Oh,
was a kitsune, I believe.
as long as they don't mind. Dixie would like to have the bowl.
I don't know if that dancers. I don't know if they have a say of that anymore. So just that, like, I'm gonna mention they're probably dead without mentioning they're probably dead.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, if I run into them, I can try to uncorrupt them at the very least. That being said, right, let's get down to this. We can deal with the infested problem. You said they're inside the tavern? They actually managed to get inside.
Not only did they get inside, but they disabled the protective wards.
They managed to get past the runic barriers.
Mm-hmm.
That thing.
Uh-huh. They disabled Katsu's protections after triggering them.
Last time those things were triggered, they still continued to go off and continued to be active. How many times were those things set off?
I stopped counting at 7 each.
Kind of just sits there. And the most,
So-
like, what the fuck went into there? Like,
I want to mention, it's definitely that thing of, for nearly a minute, whoever walked in this thing was getting barraged by magic, and they're just like, oh, stop, dispel, 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 dispel.
Oh my god, okay. So, god damn. Alright. Kill thing in red lining. Here, just look to her and just kind of go, right, well, I'll deal with that. That must be a tanky creature if it was able to do that.
It seemed like multiple creatures, but it's being led by one particular parasite.
Grand. So there's one of those. You see him kind of like hold his tongue on saying the word bastard.
I think they're definitely connected to Rashi. So,
I believe it.
take a good group to handle it.
Well, luckily, we are going to be bringing quite the group. If I remember correctly, we are going to be bringing... Oh, who was it? I know we went down this list before. This is also me as a person trying to remember the list that we went down before. Right. Thule, I think, is coming with us. So Thule will be with us. I think it was... God, who the fuck was it? Who the fuck is with our group? I'm actually trying to remember. My brain's blanking.
So that's the only guaranteed one yet, but I
Yeah.
know, but it hasn't come up yet. But I had another people that would come talk to you to want to come with.
Gotcha, okay.
You was just like, though, if I had to guess, it'd have to be one of those pillar types, and
Pillars in there?
possibly. That's the only group that would be connected to Rashi that I think could survive such a barrage.
Well, we know we've run into one in Goldcrest, and he had rampaged throughout a few towns, but I don't think he could have gotten there fast enough. So that takes him out of it. Divine's been said to be in Frostford.
Which is the city with the parasite. So it might be her.
It could be. Well, I planned on uncorrupting her eventually anyways. So,
Oh, how noble of you.
you just kind of give a bow. Just go, why, thank you.
Dude, the bitterness is palpable.
No, it's like less of a, like, trying not to really be bitter and more of just a, like, a sassy, like...
Like, thanks, jackass.
It's so thick you can cut it with a knife.
Yeah. You just go, well, either way, I want to make sure with all the goddesses and everything that's been going on, because I've already dealt with Kazella's thing, I'm going to be asking the same thing of you. Please put down a barrier near your area so your monsters don't attack other people with the whole races starting to kick into play.
Oh. Right, I need to worry about that at some point.
Yes, because I know, while, from my understanding, Kazella and Vatrix might not be too much of a problem for you, from what I can understand, they're a little bit on the weaker side, but that's me guessing. I'm a mortal, what do I know? Ariasa
Right.
seems to be skyrocketing, so...
Annoyingly, yes. She's gaining a lot more strength faster than I would normally have expected.
Well, if you went to beat her, you better pick up your pace then,
Mm-hmm. That look of like, don't fucking remind me.
You just go,
Don't, yeah, like that look of don't you remind me. I know.
I'm just helping. Just trying to give you motivation.
Oh, thank you. I will. I do need to be more active in my concern about it. And it would be at this point where you would also hear the sound of that same blood door opening
Uh-huh.
as somebody hit bumps it open.
Uh-huh.
And you just hear, you feel, oh, I'll come back later.
No, come on in, It's fine. You're not interrupting anything. I was just wrapping things up, and I was eventually gonna go talk with Fenia.
Oh, hi then.
Hello.
As Fenio walks through the door.
Yep. I want to mention, when he was staring at her the entire time, and he was just giving a smile like, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Fenia. Staring at Fenia.
As Fenia, like, she hit bumped the door open a bit, poked her head in, and went, oh, okay, I'll leave.
Oh, God.
This is private business.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to be here.
You just go, no, you're fine. Come on in. Speak your mind.
She would poke, she's like, well, Miss Yufina, number 4's done. What'd I do with it? Oh, one of your experiments is done. Yes. She's done. She's nowhere near as stable as I was hoping.
Uh-oh.
I think I missed that genetic
Are you?
in general.
He would kind of squint his eyes. He would just go, Fenia, are you sure she's done? If she's unstable?
when I can't modify anything anymore, that's when the genetics have locked in.
Understood.
Oh,
This is
no.
why I ask, because I don't know anything about genetical experimentation.
They're finicky. Sometimes they just, when they say it's done, it's done. And I didn't want to risk her turning into a small leveling explosion.
Understood.
But yes, I did have to talk to you lightly about a certain half-Tarask.
Yes, Thule.
Yes, but I will talk to you privately about that later. And it's that look of, I'm not talking about this shit in front of your child.
I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Nosuke, why don't you hang out with Mom for a little bit, and I'm gonna go have this talk with Finia. How about that?
Okay.
Finia, we can just go to like one of the corner areas. That should be fine.
Fenya just stares at the open hallway area like, eh? It's just a fucking like, eh?
Yeah, there's just like an open stage. We can just sit on the stage edge and just kind of talk there.
Okay, sure. You guys can talk over there, and like you just see Yavina starts talking to Nosuke, and
Yeah.
you just see Nosuke is just enraptured by whatever the fuck Yavina is saying.
God, yeah.
Yavina is very good at making sure Nosuke, as you know, the child, isn't paying attention to whatever fucking Benny is telling you.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate.
Yeah, so Fenia's like, so I needed to tell you this because there's a little caveat to Thule. She is a half-Tarask. So there's a little tiny little problem. Tarasks love to kill everyone.
Okay.
So when Thule gets mad, it can get very destructive if it's not contained.
Understood.
So I did, and you kind of see that look of morals be damned for this one. I had to do it.
Yeah.
She goes, I did integrate into her mind something that she is horrifically afraid of, and will put her into a state of fear as she expects pain when she hears the sound. As it's the only way I could easily knock her out of her rageful states, is to put her into a state of fear.
Understood.
So she'd hand you a bell.
Okay.
Ring that, and she will enter a state of fear. She's been trained to fear the sound of a ringing bell.
Understood. I will probably go out of my way to try and find less destructive mentally options.
Absolutely, but
This is the last resort.
for the sake of my own mind and knowing you're not gonna get ripped apart by one of my experiments.
You would see him kind of cock a smile and just go, "What? You don't want to see me get torn to shreds like cheese?"
What? I need Durla blood. Where
you
else am I
did
gonna get
want my
Durla kid?
genetics.
Yeah, about that. She pulls out a syringe.
There you are. He would just offer up his, his bottom left arm.
Alright, cool. She takes some of your genetics.
There
She
it
goes,
is.
grand.
There
I
it
can
is.
mess with that now. That means they might get reality magic.
Indeed. Might get reality magic. Might also get, well, I don't know if it would work. You might get some of the gods' magic. Because at this point, I've intertwined myself with Yavina's magic. The
And
mime's
Kazella,
magic.
from what it looks like.
Yes, recently Kazella's.
Fascinating. Well,
It's cool.
thank you, Ryu, and I do. I don't apologize for what I had to do with Thule. It had to be done, but I was more wondering if it could, as some people say, I wondered if I could, not if I should. But once I committed to doing it, I kind of didn't have a choice.
I understand. Well, eventually, if I can help her learn to keep her motions in check. I'd like to eventually get that color removed, but from my understandings, it's there for a reason.
Oh no, I should also remind you, you know that you probably don't, because there doesn't seem to be a Tarask on your world. Tarasks don't die. They go to
Understood.
sleep, and then they wake up a bit later after a quick little nap.
Uh-huh.
Quick little 100 years nap. Thule won't die. She'll go to sleep,
Understood.
and then she'll wake up. She will regrow limbs, if necessary. That collar is there so I can detonate her head off, and it'll take her a few weeks before she gets her head back. That is a few weeks where I have time to think of a solution for whatever problem has come up.
Understood.
It is a emergency protocol.
It is literally a dead man switch.
It is,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
It is. It is. She was like, and I'd be lying if I said that's her first one.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Just,
Yeah. That's
let's-
why I installed the bell thing.
let's
I
try
would-
and find ways around mental torture and physical abuse.
Mutilation.
Yeah, mutilation. In the
Yeah.
future, if we can.
I try to with everything. It's just when working with Tarask genetics, you have to be a bit more extreme.
I understand. I'll do what I can to try and change that.
Though I wouldn't let her run into anyone who wears bells on their ears or anything like that. She might enter a state of fight or flight
Oh no.
because of too many bells ringing. I've only
Right.
ever rung one bell at her. I've never seen what happens when you ring multiple.
I guess I should ask then, do you know of anyone that might have multiple bells on them? Bells aren't really something people normally wear, except jesters because of the hats.
Oh, there is one favorite of Yavina that loves bells. I think she wears like 5.
He gives her a look, and I feel like he would definitely put 2 of his 4 hands on her, like, right shoulder, and just go, Nosuke.
Nosuke, that's not my name.
No, I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has.
Also, normally lately I've been telling her stuff and informing her, not other people. So my brain just went to her. Fenia, you're smart, but and I mean this in the nicest way possible. Considering that is a favored, this is the biggest foresight problem I've ever seen from you.
Granted, it was 14 years ago I started this.
And when did she become a favored? Also, I'm sorry. I assumed they are she. I don't know.
They are she.
Understood. I don't see many
became
men here, so that's why I ask.
Yeah, she became a favored like. The timeline's funky because of world jumping for them. I heard about them 8 years ago. That's when I learned about the favored. After 4 years of working on her, I did the bell thing. So it wasn't a foresight problem, it was I didn't know she existed.
Understood. So, if that's the case, that's just really unlucky.
Yeah.
I hate to ask. Are they in my world?
Yes, they're actively helping. Her name is Mirio.
Alright. I guess I'll send her a letter.
Where's Muriel right now?
I'll send her-
Somewhere.
I guess I'll send her a letter and just let her know about the situation, so in case she sees them, she can take off the bells temporarily, or try and silence them, or something. Hopefully.
She's very nice. She's a very, very, very. Well, let me stress, very
Yes.
nice. She definitely will,
Understood.
if she has enough warning.
He kind of, again, another pause, and kind of gives that look and just goes, "She's an idiot, isn't she? You said with good warning.
Well,
Be honest.
Okay, okay.
Don't sugarcoat it. I see your brain going."
So her partner is very smart, but she is not.
Understood. Understood.
So she needs to be aware that she has to notice you before you get within range of the bells.
Gotcha. Alright. I might honestly... Do you have a name for the partner? I'll just send a letter to the partner separately.
Oh, yes, her name is Nim.
Understood. I will send them both a letter then.
Okay. Nim will probably... Nim... Oh, wait, are you sure you want to send a letter to Muriel? Maybe just send a letter to Nim?
If that's what you think, then I'll just do Nim.
Well, Muriel will respond.
Well, that's not a problem.
And then they will keep responding.
But there's only one letter being sent.
Muriel likes to send letters. From what I heard, in her world, he was banned from the mail carrier birds due to an abuse of letter sending.
He kind of just like gives her that look and then just goes, "How do you manage to get yourself banned from sending letters?"
Very carefully, I guess.
Right. Well, I'll just send Nim a letter, and
Okay.
if Muriel wants to talk,
She's a
they can
Darla
come to
too,
me
so.
in person. Oh, perfect. They'll understand me then. Right. There's two things I want to talk to you about as well before I went to go deal stuff and finally catch a nap. So first thing I wanted to mention was it's something dealing with Nosuke. Funny enough. I was wondering. So essentially, I've mentioned this to Black Eye before. I plan on having her, whenever she's not on a mission with me, bouncing between 3 specific people, one on each day, different person each day, essentially. So she continue to kind of live a life of a child and still get the training she needs. So she'll be with Stella and Kyo, or Stella and Kyo, a good friends of mine. And she'll kind of be working around the tavern, getting to play with neighborhood kids, that sort of thing. Next day, she'll be with Black Eye to get training of her reality magic. I was wondering if on that third day, you could help her learn other forms of fighting.
Oh, like actually schooling her.
Yes. She's...
Okay.
He kind of like leans in a little bit and just goes, I mean, she's a kid, she isn't the brightest. I love her very dearly, but she needs an education.
Okay,
Also,
I'll give her an education.
I appreciate it. Also, I will be quite honest. It would be good for her if she's going to be heading on missions with me, because I know for a fact if I tell her no, she'll probably still try and force herself in if I just keep telling her no. So that's why I'm only letting her come with me. And specifically me on missions. And not every mission.
Yeah.
It's every other mission. To keep her safe. It might be good for her to learn another class.
Ooh.
I don't know what type of classes you could teach her, but I do trust your judgment.
Pulls out a syringe.
Don't
So
stab my
hear
daughter.
me out. Hear me out. Oh, okay.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Just something. I jumped the gun. That's on me. That's on me. Go ahead and what were you going to say?
So, there's a few ideas I have, and actually one of your companions has that ability tree. I believe his name is Hunter Smith.
Yes.
He has a not very unique class, but it could be useful for her in case someone gets too close and they knock her weapons out of her hands.
Understood.
I could teach her how to make syringes that she can fling at people through her bows.
That could be very useful.
And she could hex people and then put syringes in them to weaken them further.
Yes, I realized she can,
Oh yes, that is
Yeah.
a class that is the creation of and let me actually double check who the fuck made this class again, because there's a canon for each. Fun fact, everyone, for each class there's a canon for who made it.
Yep.
Okay, so for yeah, she's like, oh well, the classification she has now is what we call it, is a jiggling traveler.
He kinda just looks at her and just goes, My daughter. My daughter
Uh-huh.
is
A ranger
mm-hmm.
with the archetype of jiggling traveler, yes.
That is a name
Uh-huh.
for a class you have given to my child.
Yeah. The reason why is because it was created by me and another favored of Yavina.
Understood.
It's my fault there's the body altering hexes. Those were my idea.
That checks. That definitely checks.
She smiles like, yep, that's my fault.
Yeah, I was trying to teach her how to use her magic when she told me she had magic.
Uh-huh.
And she put every single one of those on me. Trying to learn how to remove them. She eventually figured it out, but we'll just call her a ranger for now. I don't.
Yeah, she's a ranger.
Yeah, she's just a ranger.
Yeah, at least she could learn to become a fighter.
That could be useful. I used to be one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that she's gonna get real soon.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming up really fast, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna get a permanent friend that she can summon at will.
Oh.
And this friend is not imaginatory. It's succubus.
He gives her a look, and it is that thing like he kind of just leans in and just goes, "I'm sorry. What?"
He's just trying to be a good dad.
It's real hard. It's really hard when the mother is an eldritch goddess of lust.
Yes.
Just trying to be.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Run that back. You fucking said what to me? What?
Oh god. Yeah, he just kind of looks at her and just goes, "Right. Well, as long as I never thought I would say this. As long as the succubus is a good influence on my child, I'm fine with that. I think."
Well, the succubus would only form into existence due to her power.
Okay.
So the succubus is completely and totally connected to her soul. So they will be rather innocent, but it's still a succubus. Do bear that in mind. They will kill somebody for her.
Yes, it's just more they might gain the natural. the natural, the similar, what's the word? I don't know. It's emotions?
Yes, they
Emotional
will be.
thinking?
Yeah, they'll be very similar to her. So as she changes,
Okay.
they will too.
Okay.
So if she
okay.
becomes a chaotic menace to society that terrorizes people, don't worry, the succubus will too.
Oh no.
Understood. Oh, the more reason for me to make sure she actually grows up correctly. Understood. Right.
Just Fenia, just like she just leans in real quick, just. Why do you think I'm telling you this?
I
And she
appreciate it. Oh my god. He would just look at her and just go, right. Well, with what you put out, I'd love for her to become a fighter. I think that'd be really useful. For the syringe bit, that sounds genuinely useful for her.
That would be more artificery.
Artificery. Gotcha. So she could probably learn one of the two.
Yes, but that if she's going down the artificery route, no offense, I need less of a ditz to work with.
Yeah, no, you are correct. She is. I love her very
There's room
dearly.
to grow. There's room to grow. The artificer goes, look, I'd love to teach, but man, she dumb as fuck. We need to work on that. That's just the fucking.
All right, so higher or lower for artificer?
Anya, you pick.
Higher.
All right. That is a 13. So he will look to her and just go, if you can, I'd prefer you don't inject her with things or anything like that. I'd love for her to learn more of the artificery route. I think that could be very useful for her because it also would keep her from doing as many harmful things.
So, I will be honest. Anyone can become a fighter. That, no offense to you, but anyone can do that.
No, I'm fully aware of that. There's a reason why I consider myself exposable for the longest time. I don't anymore. I understand. It's only because I have no Saki. As soon as if there wasn't the case, I'd consider myself exposable.
She glares at you. She goes, well, anyone can become a fighter, but I will try to see if I can get her to learn some artificery. But if her skull is a little bit too thick, I might not be able to.
Okay. So
it's so basically because you've told her to try to go the artificery route, she's gonna try.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantees.
But because Nosaki is Nosaki, it's whether or not Fenia has the patience.
She's a bit dense.
To be with a child and get her aunt up high enough where she'll be useful.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's like one of those, like, do I have the patience to deal with this child?
Man.
I roll the dice, and if Fenia says, yeah, sure, fuck it, Nosaki will be very much smarter by the time you get back.
Hell yeah. You would just look at her and just go, right, well, I have a person that might be able to help you with helping her gain a bit of knowledge. I have two wizards that are working on things, but one of them might have a little bit of free time in between things. His name is Dennis. He is a human. He works with Enna. You can find him where the wizards have been this entire time. I don't think they've gone anywhere. I think they've been in the same building this entire time. You can go over there. You can go find him. I'm pretty sure if there is anyone that could teach someone, it is Dennis. So
I may go a knocking. We'll see.
Okay.
But if I can't get that to work, then don't worry. She'll be a very capable fighter.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Here's a thought. Send her to other artificers?
That is also another option. Yes. I feel like that's more one of the unsaid ones that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But yes, I feel like the artificer would know, because it is an artificer he's talking to. So I feel like the more reason why he's mentioned the wizard is book smarts might be required. The artificer's already got the artificery bit, from my understanding. That's more why I'm putting that out there.
Yeah, so you would see. So I just rolled the death saves
Oh no.
for how I would go.
Oh no.
For if Nosuke would have the attention span to learn and become intelligent.
Intelligent? Are you intelligent?
I am intelligent.
Does Dennis at least give her advantage?
Dennis made it so she didn't have to get an 11
Okay.
to get artificery. But
Okay.
I have my answer, so you'll find out
Okay.
later. Because
Hell
that's
yeah.
just like, because I don't think, you're not taking her on the next journey, right?
No. Because she was
Okay,
just
so-
on this one.
Yeah, so this one, she'll get to learn. When you come back, you will find out whether or not Nosuke is very smart or got a little dumber, because now she's a fighter.
Fair enough. Dude,
And
I'm be
her-
real. If she can apply the syringe stuff from a distance by using her longbow for it, 300-foot range, while putting hexes on, like that's some crazy debuffing.
Oh yes, there goes your strength and your dex, and you just got shot in the rib cage by an arrow. It's like,
Yep. Oh god.
Good luck!
Yep. I'm pretty sure there's 2 debuff versions for both classes where you just outright lose like movement speed. So if she really wanted, she could just hammer your movement. Like
debuff movement, amplify the debuff to movement, and then syringe debuff to movement.
I'm gonna throw it out
You
there
can't walk.
because I know there's another class that Finny has made. There's more me just as a like player mentioning it out there. I don't know if she would actually think about it, but I know Blood Hunter. There was a Blood Hunter class she made. That also might be up that alley. That doesn't require intelligence, so.
She would just be like, well, I would also throw this out there in case you're interested.
Mhm.
And obviously you're the father, so you get last say, kind of. Unless Yavina overrides.
That checks.
I have to listen to my boss. I'm nothing
I get it.
personal.
I get
It's
it.
just almost like... she goes, there is a blood hunter class that I made.
Okay.
So, if you would like, I could teach her that instead of the fighter or artificery.
If she can't learn to pick up on artificery,
Uh-huh.
I feel like she might already have a knack for blood, because of her being partially Yavina's child and partially mine. So that actually might make the most sense. It's going blood.
Okay.
I say that
also
also
know that it
because I
has-
don't want her to feel like she's exposable just because she's a fighter.
Yes. It also has very similar hexing to the rangering. The range.
So it's fitting.
So, yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if you wanted to switch your choice.
Understood. I appreciate it.
Well, there you go.
Alright. Well, before I leave, I should ask one other thing that I was meaning to ask. Well, actually, there's 2 things, because I just remembered something else real quick. These shouldn't take long, I do apologize. Right, so, I already mentioned this, the whole genetics thing. If you need me for experimentations, let me know. That's really less of an asking, more just telling you. If you need to try shit, I'm here. I don't care. So, I won't be offended if you look at me and go, yeah, I'm just gonna try something on you, and fucking stab me with a syringe. I will not be mad.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Yeah, I figured you would. The other thing I was going to ask. When you brought me, what was her name? I'm so sorry. There's so many people I have to deal with. At this point, I struggle to keep up with people's names at this point. When you brought me Kenji, I realized how well made those whips were.
Oh, yes. Did you like them?
I was actually going to ask if there's a way I could have some made for myself. You see, I used to quad
Absolutely.
wield whips. and he kind of looks over at one of them, which is broken if I remember right now.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at the handle. He just pulls out one of the handles, and the fucking whip bit's missing. And he just goes, one of mine broke. And also, these are bog standard whips.
Oh. So you probably need 3.
Yes, because he kind of like cracks his top right arm, and the fucking Vatrix thing comes out, and he's like, this one...
The Kazella blade.
Yeah, the Kazella blade. He would just kind of go, this one's permanent.
Alrighty then. Well, I'll get to work on that. It might take me a little bit, but I'll get that done.
I understand. You have a lot of things to work on. Right,
I
right
have
before
to teach a child how to think.
Yeah, I should ask, this is something I meant to ask a long time ago, and, I guess I could just ask you, Vino. This is a long time ago, so I apologize if I am describing this person incorrectly. Who is the person that was just on the pole? It was like a purple-winged succubus?
Oh.
Who is that? And then not in the wrong way, I normally don't ask. But, maybe it was just me, but Yavina seemed to actually pay attention to that person compared to the others. Because normally when they're dancing, she doesn't really... She seems to give, like, glances. She was watching.
Oh, yeah, that's Felsha.
That's Felsha.
Right.
She's...
No, I'm just agreeing. I'm just acknowledging. So
That's
Felsha.
Felsha. She is a very much she is a demigod succubus.
He kind of like cocks his head like a fucking dog does when they're like confused. He would just go,
Huh?
what do you mean demigod?
She could kill a god.
But she's a follower?
A very loyal follower.
So you're telling me, rather than going into godhood, she has chosen to instead stay as a follower and be stuck at demigod.
She could be an eldritch god by this point.
Interesting.
Or a cosmic horror, as some would call her.
I mean, she didn't seem like a horror. Why would someone call her a cosmic horror?
I don't know. Katsu calls her things.
Isn't Katsu one of the other favored?
That's why he gets away with it. Usually.
Is he, is there like strife going on with the favored that I don't know about?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so it's friendly banter then.
Sure.
That you
We'll
don't
call it
seem
that.
so sure about that.
I mean, I'll call it that.
Fair enough.
I think it's friendly banter.
Yeah.
With Katsu, it's kind of hard to tell whether or not he's being sarcastic sometimes.
That's fair. That's fair.
He always seems so sad.
He seemed... What's the word? Traumatized.
I don't know what could have led to that.
I don't know. And I don't think I'll ever have an answer for that unless he tells me. But, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about asking. The only reason why I bothered to ask was because her attention was rather... Yamina's attention being on someone like that isn't something I see very often. And on top of that, she's also one of the only people that I've run into that actually didn't introduce herself, which has been pretty rare. Besides you, who tried to walk away from me.
Well, yeah.
That was rude.
Yeah.
You should have said hi. Well, you
Well-
did, but you should have said your name.
Well, most people don't care.
Well, you're wrong.
And you are too.
We can agree to disagree on that.
No, I'm right. She just fucking.
Because you're smarter does not mean you're always right, Finia.
Oh, don't worry. I know I'm wrong about a lot of things, and I know a lot of people would probably have me killed for some of the decisions I've made with no hesitation. But I know in my soul I'm right. And you just fucking.
God. Yeah, here just go. Either way, yeah, no, I figured I would ask. I think if I remember correctly, I had complimented her, and then I quickly left after. So.
Okay.
Why was there an O?
Let me know how that turns out.
I mean, I haven't seen her since, and it's been over a month. So I don't think anything's coming from
Okay,
that.
you're probably fine.
Yeah. Wait, does she not take compliments well?
Oh no, she takes them very well.
Understood.
Too
I'll
well.
keep that in mind.
She loves getting complimented. Loves.
Understood.
She gives magical blessings in return.
That's useful. That is.
Well, that she gives you that look of, well, remember, and she just goes, it's a succubus who
Yeah.
who. She kind of leans in and she goes, she's a ditz.
Gotcha.
Fania just looks at you, goes, she just gets her, she goes, everything about her is very strong. She's very fast, very dexterous, very tough. I have more faith in a box of bricks figuring out a math problem than I do in her. Just
Understood. I'm sure maybe one day, maybe, she'll get to a higher plane. Eventually.
Not likely.
You see that look of you just see Fenia go, she's been following longer than me.
You see for a split second 5 bags underneath his eyes form. Like you could swear there's like 5 bags under his eyes, and then they just fade. You see him just kind of go, right. Well, I'll keep out hope.
Okay, I'm glad you do that.
I will. Well, I will, I guess, try to maybe compliment? I don't know.
That's up to you. That's your own risk.
I feel like if, considering the way you've described her blessings, I feel like there is some backlash that comes from that, but that is... I'm going to be honest.
If you get too many, then yes.
Okay. Understood.
How do you feel about being a woman?
Again, he kind of just cocks his head and just kind of like, just goes, I've never thought about that once.
That's one of her blessings. Gender
What do I
swap.
even say to that?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't.
You're smart. Say something.
Just because I'm smart doesn't mean I'm going to have an answer for that. That is...
Okay.
I mean, Nosuke could have 2 moms.
Yeah, I mean...
Hi, Stella.
I'll be honest.
That wasn't
This is more just... That's more just confusing. I don't know how that would cause problems in the long run. But how is that okay, you know what? I think I'm seeing this from a very different standpoint. Right.
You're thinking too much.
I'm thinking too much to try and think about how this is either a blessing and or a curse.
There
from
you
succubus.
go. There you go.
Yeah. Alright, you know what? I'm just not even gonna think about it. If it fucking happens, it happens. I'm just going to talk like who the fuck I am, because that's what I've been doing since day one.
Hell yeah. So, anything else?
That should be it. I just need to get that stuff out of the way, so.
Hooray!
Well, if that is all, I'm sorry I had to butt in with Yavin and all the things. I know you're still trying to talk to her. I will get Nosuke and get out of your hair for now.
Yeah, and you would see good old she would look, she's like, well, don't worry, my experiment will be probably handed off to you tomorrow, so.
Oh, understood.
It is done, she's just a little.
Do you want her to be tested on the next mission? So that way you can understand how well she handles?
That is up to you. If you want to do that, you can, but. Or you can put her with another team.
I mean, honestly, we already have Thule coming with us. Maybe it'll balance each other out. We'll see.
Yes, we'll see. Or they'll bounce off of each other and it'll get out of hand.
We'll find out. I'll figure it out.
Alright, I believe in you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
Alright. You just kind of like walk over to Nosuke and just go, Nosuke, are you done talking with your mom?
And you would just hear Yavina go, and that is, oh, hi.
Hello? What were you talking to her about? Yavina?
A lot of things.
Interesting. Well,
You just see Nosuke look over like, I've learned things.
Are they good things or bad things?
You just give her a pat on the back and just kind of look at Yavina and just go, right, well, I went ahead and talked with Finny about setting some things up. I'm going to have Nosuke learn under her in the process. So that
Oh,
should be
lovely.
good. Yes. Right. Well, I've learned about Mario, so I'm going to send a letter to Nim, so that way, the bell thing and Thule and all that. Is there anything you needed? Besides that
the
thing in the tavern?
Yeah. No.
Alright. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to head out with my daughter.
I gotta learn about the magic.
What type of magic?
You see her move her hands, and blood starts rippling and appearing.
Right. You just look and just go, right, blood magic. That checks.
I can now do blood magic. Yay!
Good for you. Just make sure not to hurt anybody with that unless we're in a proper fight and they deserve it.
Oh, okay.
Don't do that to anyone. If someone ever makes you mad, right? Don't do anything physical to them. Try to talk it out. If it gets to a point where you feel that you need to do something physical, maybe use your ranger marks before you start resorting to proper violence. Just as a kind of a, hey, maybe stop it before it has to get messy. Violence should never be the answer straight away. That's a last resort.
Okay.
Good. Alright, well, Yavina, I'm going to head out. You have a good day, night. I don't know if you even have time in your domain. Right, well, I gotta say hi to anybody that saw me and I don't know. I don't know. Whatever happened to that Minotaur lady that was dancing near Noki the first time that I came in?
Oh, yes, she's been doing her own things.
Good for her.
I had to send her on a little quest, but she'll be here soon. I'm gonna send her on a little quest.
Fair enough.
Hopefully
I just want to make
she
sure she was
doesn't
alive.
die.
Well, if she does, I don't
You'll
know. I'll
fix
kill
it.
them. Yeah,
You'll fix it.
I'll
That's
fix it.
just-
I will.
Yay.
Yeah.
The fucking like yay. You mean all fucking Ryusin like, god damn it. I don't wanna.
At
Don't
this-
make me.
Damn, asking for all these things and yet no date. I'm fucking. Yeah, here.
Alright, man. I
What?
see how it is.
What?
Anyways,
fucking
continue.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, by the way, when we were talking about Fellowship, I thought there was gonna be split fucking second where it's like, yeah, like, she fucking leaned in. I'm gonna be real. I thought you were gonna be like, all right, and you hear the doors barge open. I thought Penny was about to get fucked up.
I won't lie, I rolled for it. I rolled for it.
You thought about it. Oh god.
No, I need to roll. Will anything happen because of those words? Okay, I have my answer.
What words? What?
Fenia insulted Felsha.
Oh, okay.
So Fenia might get backlashed by Felsha.
But she's gotta be here to hear it. How she know?
It's Felsha. She always knows.
You're right. You're right. Oh god. All right.
Question mark?
Right.
Alright, but anyways.
Yes. So he's going to head out with Natsuki.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think that's all we can really do for this session.
Yep, we have too much shit and not enough time.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you all for watching this episode. You can find us, The Lost Harbor, The Lost Shipyard, up on YouTube and on Spotify. But on Spotify, it's called The Lost Harbor Tavern. Go look it up. We can find the Sanity Campaign, the Amnesia Campaign, eventually the Duped Campaign. We're getting that thumbnail finally worked on. It should be done within this week, from my understanding. And on top of that, if you go over to the Lost Tavern Tavern up on YouTube and also on Spotify, you can find the whole drill. You can also find some other stuff, because that is our main channel, where you can find the Roman Harbor Campaign, the Brothel Campaign, you can find the Hidden Garden Campaign, you can find the Siege Campaign, some one-shots and YouTube shorts, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and bye-bye.
See ya.